All right, we're gonna wait for some people to load up. We're gonna have a conversation, attack on the Second Amendment, housing crisis, and we're gonna have should Trump get a third term? Should Trump get a third term? Those are gonna be what we talk about today. Give me 1 second to get this together, chat. Give me 1 second. All right, we got Mr. Paramedic coming to the stage. Give me 1 second, Mr. Paramedic, to get this together. All right, boom, right here. Give me 1 second to get this together, Mr. Paramedic, so we don't have to mess with it again. All right, chat. We over here on Debate Nation, and we are restreaming Two Plug Station. Mr. Paramedic, I'm gonna give a couple people a little time to get here.
Absolutely.
We do have the link. The link is available. The link is available on the community tab wall. Or if you go to my post, the link is available. Or if you go to Debate Nation, the link is available. Man, we're gonna get into this right here. Give me 1 second. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me get to what's going on. What's up, XX? Let me get to what's going on. I gotta get to this chat right here. All right, let me go.
StreamYard's clunky.
Yeah, it is. I like OBS better, but you know, StreamYard is the only way I can really get the panel going right now.
Yeah, it is good for that.
No, most definitely. All right.
Oh no.
All right, can y'all see me? Chat, can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me?
I don't know if you ended the stream or not, but
I might have.
I don't think
I might have. I
your
can't reset the
your
live.
live stream ended. Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna have to reset it. But it's cool. They know this. A lot of people know to come over here, and I'll just reset it on the Plug Station channel. We got people coming to the stage right now. Oh no, that's you. OG Yosemite say he see me. All right, chat. Damn, I can't believe they ended my live stream on me. I do that from time to time. Give me a second to get us back live on Plug Station, switch user. OG Yosemite, what it do? Yeah, we gonna be over here, man, until I get the other one pulled back up. I'm gonna just have to start another live, which I hate to do, but it is what it is.
Just kills the engagement.
Not really. I mean, it kind of does sometimes, but sometimes it actually, gives me a boost. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, if you start it over again.
Yeah. What's your thoughts and opinions though on everything going on that we spoke on today so far?
I mean, I caught you right as you were talking about the border wall. Like I was scrolling through lives, and I mean, my first, I said everything I was thinking on that issue. The big thing, the thing that I really wanted to hit on was the housing affordability, and I made the comment we need to have another 2008, not because I want everybody to be, losing their homes and everything like that, but we have seen the highest jump in home prices in a relatively short period of time, and it's completely unaffordable. And what the big thing that happened in 2008 is when everybody lost their homes, i.e. the it was a lot of the middle class, but a lot of rich folks lost their homes too. And when you flood the market with supply, the price of things goes down. And then on top of that, if institutional investors can't buy private homes, the only customer is going to be the everyday American.
Okay. I think it's only for like the really big organizations.
Like BlackRock and State Street.
Yeah, so I still think there'll be, like I know in my local area, there's a guy, he probably owns like 400 or 500 houses, and he's nowhere near an institutional investor. So there'll still be,
Absolutely. And my second point to that is basically everybody needs to get their ducks in a row however you can. If you have to, work a bunch of overtime, do whatever you can to save up, get ready, because it is going to come. You can only kick the can so far.
Correct.
I don't think the 50-year mortgage is going to be the solution to this. I think a housing bubble pop is going to be what solves this problem.
Okay. So how do you feel about the commercial real estate bubble?
I mean, so the commercial side acts a little bit like the private side is supposed to act, right? So a house everywhere else, like more specifically in Japan, is a depreciating asset, just like a car is. It flabbergasts me how real estate on that side, unless you're in a super prominent area, like you said, you had that building in Texas. I remember watching about that. It was like 110 sold for $110 million and then sold for $10 million like 5 years later.
Correct.
And stuff like that. That's how the housing market is supposed to work. If you remember your parents, my parents at least, my mom bought her house in 2006, and she sold it in 2015 and only made $10,000 on it. Like, houses aren't supposed to shoot up in value.
Okay.
And realistically, the only reason houses are shooting up in value is because the people that can afford to buy them are buying them. And because I haven't gotten a house in this market. I don't know anybody that's my age that's buying a house in this market. So there's not a squeeze on people buying. It is a supply issue. It has to be a supply issue.
Now, what do you think causes that supply issue? Let's get into that.
Well, for one, it is a large part of it is institutional investors. Now, I know we can't do anything to stop them, from owning the homes they own now, but we can stop them from getting more and increasing. Because right now you have your wages going up, and the housing price is kind of staying kind of flat. And historically, when wages start kind of touching the affordability range, one of two things happens: either wages stagnate or the market collapses. And that's why you kind of see a little bit of up on the chart, and then it goes when the chart starts to converge. Either one of two things happens: the economy crashes, or wages just stagnate. So with all of that being said, the way you prepare for this is you take advantage of the high wages right now and put your ducks in a row. Oh, are you there?
Oh yeah, I am here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, I just switched devices. Go ahead. You can keep speaking. You had the floor.
Oh yeah. I mean, so the only thing you can do in this situation is prepare for the economy to crash. That's like during 2008, a whole lot of middle class people lost their homes, and a whole bunch of rich people uh, got richer because they buy the literally just buy the dip. And it's not just in home prices, it's also in everything else, every aspect of the stock market.
What's the topic?
What's that?
My God. So what's the topic? The stock market. All I heard.
We're my idea or whatever, it's about home prices and affordability of home prices. And what I'm thinking is going to happen, whether it's delayed or it happens sooner or later, is we're going to have another bubble burst. Oh no, I'm by myself. Oh, I can't hear you. If you're talking, I can't hear you. There we go.
You can hear me now?
Yes, sir. You have sound now.
All right. Chat, can y'all hear me? Press 1. But Asha, if you want to come back to the stage, come back. I left off you. I believe you were talking about commercial real estate.
Yes, sir. And I think it's not a consistent thing, but you do see a lot more of that in the commercial sector than you do in the private sector. No one wants their home value to go down, and Americans have gotten accustomed to home values always raising and raising and raising and raising, and you cannot solve affordability and also make everybody richer. You can't do it. The bubble will burst at some point because you're going to price people out and there's not going to be a market for anything. And with all this subprime lending, like you said, they lowered credit requirements. They're trying to offer people 50-year loans. They're doing all the same things that they did in the 90s that led to 2008.
Correct.
And
I've also seen in places like Tennessee and other places, the new builds are actually cheaper than the existing builds.
yeah, because the existing stuff is not worth what it's being sold for.
Well, I would say that I would prefer to have an old build because
Depending on how old.
we were looking at but we were looking at new
If it's
builds, and
2020
it doesn't
pandemic build shit, I
include.
don't want it.
No,
It doesn't include you have to pay extra because they're still building the plumbing from the city to the build.
all
So
the
for the
development and
next
stuff in the
10,
city. Yeah,
20 years, they're going to be still building that, which is shitty. So you
your
don't,
taxes are going to go up.
yeah.
What's going on, Shell? Shell, we're live over here on Debate Nation. If y'all want better audio, you can come to Debate Nation for better audio. Marvin, somebody dropped the Debate Nation channel. We are live on Pluxation as well, Debate Nation. So everybody double tap the screen, shut a live out. If you want to join the panel, the link is on both of the walls. If you go to post on either channel, you'll have a link right there. The link is also in the Discord. But yeah, go ahead. I'll give you the floor. Asha, you were speaking.
I was just saying that it's kind of a cop-out for you to say that you're going to be saving money by getting a new build if you're not going to have guaranteed plumbing. Now you got an extra $300 or however much it is per month for the next 20, 30 years because they didn't finish building the plumbing. So they didn't finish building the house, pretty much.
I don't
The
know.
house
I don't
isn't
know of any
done.
house that you can move into and get a conventional loan on that doesn't have plumbing or septic on
But
it.
these are builder loans, so I do
Yeah.
believe these
Oh,
are
builder loans.
I do believe these are builder loans that are coming. The builders are cutting like 15% right now.
Well,
Because their houses aren't finished.
the real estate agent doesn't include that in what they tell you. So you're just going to be shit out of luck if you don't understand what you're getting into, you know? And that's 20, 30 years. It's not like, oh, 3, 4, 5 years, you know? It's not done. It's incomplete. It's like buying a trailer. They put the house there and they said,
See,
move
I
in
think
at your own
that would be a different type of loan, kind of like Mr. Paramedic is speaking about. So you would kind of know that upon getting, because that wouldn't even be able to pass an inspection, like he
You
said.
won't get a conventional loan on that. Yeah.
And you won't get you won't get a VA loan on that. You won't get a lot of different, only thing you could get is maybe hard money, and I don't even think a builder loan. The builders will give you that.
Well, that's not what they told us out here. So I don't know if the laws are different out here or it's post-pandemic. What they're just telling you, I don't know. But that's what they told us.
I
Well, they
mean,
didn't tell us.
typically a bank is not going to finance an asset that is not complete, right? So you can get a builder loan, and buy a builder loan that converts to a conventional loan when the house is done, all that fun stuff. That is way outside of my wheelhouse on that one. But the um the notion is, though, that new builds, new stick built homes, like turnkey homes. I'm not talking about. I don't know of an area that has houses that they're selling without plumbing. That's weird.
Well, there's some plumbing, but it's not complete.
What
Yeah.
you're talking about is a septic tank. Now there are houses that come with septic tanks. So I mean, that's just part of it. That's just part of it. You know it when you're getting it.
Oh, are you saying okay? Like if they have a septic tank, you have to pay for the septic maintenance and all that fun stuff.
Just like you would if you had a well, and
yeah, and you're not, or solar panels or something. Yeah, if you're off the grid.
Or if you had gas and you didn't have a gas line, they had to bring the gas out there to you. Same situation.
So I guess they're saying you're paying for the improvements because it isn't complete in the fact
that's
that
probably some
it's not
California
the
shit, because in
perfect
places like New Jersey, they make you split the electricity bill. Like your electricity bill is going to be actually higher because you're paying into a fund to help the people who can't afford their electricity bill.
Oh man,
that sounds like some shit that you might have going on, Asha, with that. Shell, welcome to the stage. Long time no see. I hope you're doing all right.
Hey, Shell.
Hi, Osh. Hey guys. Yep. I just I saw you were online. I was like, man, I'm sitting here battling the flu. I'm gonna go hang out with the plug fam, meow.
I was gonna say you sound kind of sick a little.
Yeah. I've had the flu for like a week and didn't know it, and went to the ER yesterday, and they're like,
man,
we got to plug you in and get you some fluids because you dehydrated. Well, and for those that don't know me yet, this is actually my debut on the new place, on the new digs plug.
Yeah. This is where we're gonna have the panels at over here on Debate Nation, and we're just gonna do the live shows on Plug Station. But I am restreaming it until May. Until May, we're gonna be doing the dual lives, but after May, all the debates will be exclusively on this channel.
Yeah, so I'm happy to be here, but so I went yesterday, found out what was going on, but I then had the flu throughout the whole storm. So for everybody that's been in the path of this storm, I hope you're all okay. I think it's like negative 20 degrees here right now, so it'd be cold.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what? Negative?
Where
did you say negative 20?
Yeah, I think it's.
Are you in Alaska?
No,
I'm joking.
It's negative 2 degrees, and with the wind chill, it's like almost negative 20.
Feels like degree, yeah.
Yeah. So it'd be cold. So I got all the pipes dripping, and yeah, it's been like that for a little over a week because we had to prep for the storm, and yeah, it's been gnarly over here. Mm-hmm.
But now I feel bad because I was complaining that this client that I went over their house earlier today, they had it at
Asha, they're asking,
it was
are you
80.
talking about strata or homeowners or HOA fees?
Mm.
They said, or what
like
you
just
referring to, is it a HOA fee?
no, it's not the HOA. The HOA is like 2,000
Ooh.
A year?
a month.
2,000 a month?
That's how they do in Houston, bro. You'll find an apartment. The apartment will be like 1,300, but the HOA fee like another 1,500.
What in the world?
Yeah, I would
Man,
just
that
say
is highway
no.
robbery.
Yeah,
It
just say
is.
no.
It is.
Look for a different place.
Yes.
Because
They're
honestly,
Well,
if they're charging,
that's why
listen,
I was looking. Those are the new homes. That's the
no,
HOA
then
they're
just say no.
at.
Listen, sometimes you just have to say no, because if they're charging that much, then you probably have the worst Karen. Like
yes.
the worst
Yeah.
I
Karen.
in Cali. I don't know what part.
Well, that's what I'm
I
saying. I
in
know
Cali.
she's in Cali, okay? Listen, I have family there. I have family and I love them. I love them dearly. But I'm just telling you, if they're charging that much for HOA fees, then
You're buying a Karen.
you've got the Karen's Karen. So like you think Karen's off, and then you realize that Karen's mom is there with her, and then they're
Karen
charging that
squared.
much, and they're going to be like, Asha, we don't like the plant in your front yard, so we're going to charge you a fee, and then we're going to take you to court because you don't want to pay the fee. I'm telling you, just trust me.
You
No,
don't want an
I
HOA.
believe you. I'm just saying I do not want. I know I was telling my husband I don't want an HOA, and that's why That's why I'm saying it's the new homes that have that. The old homes, it's like more chill, and that's why I was like.
If they're in
the new
established
homes.
neighborhoods, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, it's not easy. It's not easy, and especially where you're living, which we won't talk about, but where you kind of live,
We don't
it's
talk
really
about
hard.
California.
Yeah.
We're gonna go a little bit more north because my in-laws are gonna be there.
Yeah, you in LA, Asha?
Yeah, but we're going slightly
Okay.
more north
Fries
for
kept
the
asking. Fries is
better,
in Fries, she's in LA.
Yeah.
better
And I mean,
prices.
like
But
when you
I
go,
don't like the thought of an HOA. It sounds terrible because it's like at least 1,500 to 2,000 or
Oh, you talking about
most of
Shell? He asking where Shell is. Shell is
oh,
in
I'm in,
the Midwest.
listen, I'm in Indiana, and we got our own problems out here. I don't know if you guys have heard about this thing called NIPSCO right now. But NIPSCO,
No.
like plug, there's something to look into because it's going to be headline news. Like right now, it's Chicago's picked it up. NIPSCO is price gouging us for energy, gas, and electric. It's a monopoly out here, and they basically have the data center deal going on out here.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Yeah.
That's what that's going on in Little Rock too. Little Rock just passed $7 billion for their new data center. You know,
Right.
energy has a monopoly over here. So
Right now, they've had 8.3 just in northern Indiana. Just think of this: just in northern Indiana, $8.3 billion minimum for this, and then NIPSCO got the deal. But what Indiana did was Indiana wrote in the contract, that the $8.3 billion is going to get passed on to the customers. Well, since NIPSCO got the contract, that means all of the NIPSCO customers have to pay the bill. So what they have done is they have a delivery fee, which the delivery fee is like basically the maintenance fees for like everything,
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 years ago, my delivery fee was like $40, okay, or whatever. Last year, my delivery fee, like as in May, I believe because I have a budget. So May of 2025, I think I was paying like 55, 60 some odd dollars for my delivery fee. Would you like to know what they have increased my delivery fee to
90
as of now?
$490.28
a month for a delivery fee.
Wait, what do you have in delivered?
You need to get a solar farm. Fuck them.
I'm just saying. So this is what they're doing to everyone in northern Indiana right now, and it's astonishing.
And that's before you buy electricity?
No, this is on our monthly bill.
So like not even that's not usage. That's just
No,
to
that's not
have
usage.
them.
That's what I'm saying. This is just the delivery fee. And it's gas and electric. So
Good God.
my usage fees aren't going up unless we have a storm like right now. So here's what I'm saying. My March bill is going to be insane because for the last 2 weeks we've had more gas being used because it's
To
been
warm your house.
negative 2 with negative 25-degree wind chills, and my house is out here in the open getting hit with 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts and negative 5 degrees.
Good gosh.
So I don't even know what my March bill will be like. However, I know that my February bill on a budget, which they increased out of, it's supposed to be an annual update, is currently $575 a month. That is the budget, has nothing to do with usage.
Wow. Jesus.
As
That
of last year in May, my budget was increased to like $235 or $240 a month. Before, my budget was $180 the year prior.
Oh my goodness.
wow. Yeah,
Now
I
my
had
budget is $575 and like 45 cents or something. This is what's happening in northern Indiana, and I am a disabled veteran on a fixed income.
yeah, so your income's not gonna go up. You can't be disabled harder.
No. Oh, we don't say that here. But but what I'm saying is there are people out here that I'm at least fortunate enough to have 2 incomes with my disability. There are people out here that don't have that.
Right. Right. And
There are people
that's
out here that in this weather, I know people that have their heat on at like 59, 60 degrees. And they're
freezing.
sitting here bundled up because it is so frigid cold, and they're scraping between like food and, oh gosh, what is the NIPSCO guys gonna do?
That is absolutely like that should be illegal.
And it got
Like
worse.
all these data centers need to they should be 100% wholly responsible for the price.
Listen,
Because
it got worse. Let me
Well,
tell you,
no,
it got worse.
it's the
It got worse
citizens
because
that
they
have
went to pass
pay
something.
more
They
for
went to
it.
pass something last week. They voted on an assistance for us. They put it, I think it was like HB bill like 1008 or 1003 or something.
Yeah.
To get assistance for us, every person that was experiencing hardships because of NIPSCO. And every Democrat voted for it. Every Republican voted against it. And mark my words, people that know me from plug stations know that, I generally vote all right. Not 100%, but pretty much all right. And I am so ashamed of every single one of these people. But here's why they did it. Because they put us in the situation. They signed it to where all of that $8.3 billion was going to be forwarded on to us. So now if they vote to give us assistance, where's the money going to come from? They don't have a budget for $8.3 million in the state.
Well,
I'm sorry, but these data centers are making multi-billions of dollars. That's why they're coming to states like Indiana. That's why they're coming.
Building. They're not making anything yet. They're not built.
They're not making it from us. We're paying for their electricity. Us as citizens.
No, that's not what I'm
to
talking about. So the customers of those data centers, you're not the customer of those data centers. You're not, for example, OpenAI. You charge the customers that are using the service that money, not
you
the.
have to understand. We're
It
being
can't be
punished.
used yet.
No, we're being punished here because we have been fighting. Everyone in northern Indiana and every county here, it's basically a war here because we've been fighting all these data centers. The data centers, the way that they have to be cooled is they tap into the groundwater.
Yep.
The groundwater becomes contaminated. Many of us live on well water, or we tap into the well water. Well, if the well water becomes poisoned, that will force people to have to either, people live way in the country, then well water is all they have. We don't want the groundwater contaminated. On top of it, many of the data centers that they want in like really rural areas, it's almost like you're putting it there to contaminate the groundwater for us in the like real country folk. But once you contaminate the groundwater, you're contaminating food because people water the crops with that. So we've been fighting it here. Well, so they're all like, whatever, just pass it on to the people giving us a hard time about it.
There's not enough people to pass it on in northern Indiana. Like,
Well,
I could see it if it's a metropolis like, you know, the middle of Seattle or the middle of LA, where you have 20 million people or 5 million people respectively. Like,
Well,
yeah,
no, but
that you can
nobody's growing crops in Seattle or in Los
exactly. No,
Angeles.
that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the cost, the $8 billion
Is it
cost.
Hey, hold on. Top Cat
is
is
it
say different.
Indianapolis in northern Indiana or not?
yeah, well, I
Top
think
Cat
that
is
they
say
have
they
something,
Top
but you have
Cat
to
they
understand.
top,
Well,
they
here's
growing
what
all
it is.
kind of shit in Cali.
NIPSCO is all over Indiana, but the rural places in northern Indiana does not have another option. Many places you can choose between, like, oh, we'll have REMC or we can have NIPSCO. So if NIPSCO goes too high, they can switch to another provider for their
Yep.
gas and electric. Many of us in northern Indiana, we don't have an option for another way to get our electric.
That's like Duke Electric in Virginia, or Dominion Power and Duke Electric in North Carolina. They have a monopoly over the entire state. And I mean, they're not funding data centers, so that's not happening. But that is completely FUBAR.
Yeah.
You don't go as a business. If you want to run a business, you should bear the cost of what the cost of doing business is. If it's $8 billion to get your freaking server stack and your freaking data center up and running, then so be it. That's the cost.
Oh, there's like
You know?
12 of them.
Well,
12 of them.
some of the cost isn't just a monetary cost. Some of it is also the population of where you choose to build your data center. You're changing their quality of life where in the
Yes,
surrounding areas.
there's not supposed to be a
So
change in
that's not an
quality. That's what I'm
actual
saying.
cost, but it's a cost that you should, because it should be of something that you would think about just
We're
because
an
of being
expendable
a good
population
person,
to them.
not being a piece of shit. Yeah.
Here's the thing, we're an expendable population to them. So they're like, well, if they can't afford it, then we'll just force them out financially. We'll force them
And then
out
buy
in
up
this
all their
way.
land.
And then
Thing
buy
about
up the
it is-
land, buy up the farms.
It's
For
crazy.
the
'cause they've
lowest
been doing
cost that
this.
you possibly could.
They've
yeah.
been doing this to black communities in the South. You know, putting things like poison a population. Like they've been doing this to black populations in the South.
Because that's where all the cheap land is, and freaking people are living there. And you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna throw this factory over here and throw freaking chemicals into the water. Yeah, I mean, it's a tale as old as time. And you'd think we would have learned our lesson by now. That
But
there are ways to get around contaminating the groundwater. Those I know about the liquid cooling in data centers. They don't need to have a ever, you know, it doesn't need to have it in and out. It can be a closed circuit where you're not contaminating anything. It just costs more money, and you can put a solvent in it that works just as good as water does. That's completely ridiculous.
I don't want to eat something with solvent in it. And
You don't. No. If it's
No,
a closed system, you don't eat solvent.
Yeah.
An open system goes back into the ground.
If so, let's say you already said the cost of land in the South is cheaper. Guess what? If I have a land, whatever, a piece of land, and I'm just growing cotton on it, guess what? Cost of land and all the cotton that was on it, I don't care if you destroy the cotton or what, but if you want to buy my land, all of a sudden the price goes up because the price of the land has gone up because now all of a sudden there's a market and everybody wants to have
This
it.
is the thing. This is the thing, Asha. A lot of these people don't want to sell that land,
They
and
don't
then
They get eminent domain.
Let me finish. And then the land that they do want to buy, if they do acquire that land, what about the rest of the community that's going to deal with this pollution, that's going to deal with this? And it might not be jobs. It's not a guarantee that they're going to do localized hiring. That's the thing. There are mandates against localized hiring. So the only way you can really enforce localized hiring is by giving incentives. So does the community really benefit there? No, they're just getting poisoned.
Yep. So what ended up happening here is that, and I can just speak from personal experience here, they wanted to put one of these like battery storage facilities right next to my grandfather's 42 acres. Right, it's right across. Like, was one farm in between those two places. So I went, and I asked it all these questions. Like, and this isn't a data center. This was about a battery storage facility, which is the biggest danger for that was if there was a fire. They're like, oh, well, the fire will go up and it won't be. I'm like, no, what goes up comes down. And that's where he grows all of his food and everything. They don't care. Then on the other side of town where they wanted to put something, that's where the groundwater can be poisoned. The problem is as soon as you do that, then every single property value to those homes around there are depleted. They're depleted down to nothing. And that doesn't even include the humming that comes from these facilities. They're not quiet. And it depends on who builds them and what they put inside of them. So sometimes you can get one that's a little bit less, that has less noise than others, but every home, like we had the commissioners for our county had to actually put like, okay, well, they had to put like basically a noise ordinance within like 150 feet, because that's how loud they can get. So that the battery storage facility, not the battery, I'm sorry, the data center has to keep their noise down to a certain thing for the people that live there. But all of those people's homes that they have invested in their whole lives are now probably depreciated by half, even if they try to sell them now.
I'm pretty sure that I've heard about the data centers petitioning with the Congress people in the specific cities and ordinances that they're in against that noise ordinance so they can continue being as loud as they are. Like they have the lobbying, they have the money to lobby against something
Of course
like
they have the
that.
money, and we're just small town folk, okay? But these small town folk are also hardworking people who I know some of the people in this town, literally there are so many of them that I'm literally thinking about right now. One of them, this lady is like in her 70s, worked her whole life for her home, right? You go on the other side, you got a younger family and kids, right? They're going to be right next to polluted groundwater. Okay, you ever seen Aaron Brockovich? You ever seen that movie?
Of course.
Okay, so then they're going to be worried like, okay, well, if the kids are outside drinking water out of the hose, you got to worry about your kids drinking water out of the hose, playing in the backyard, because you got the data center just right there on the other side of the fence.
I don't think I would let my kids drink out of the hose anymore. There's too much shit going on, but
well, what I'm explaining is out here in well water, it's not quite like that. Okay, out here in well water, it's well water because we pump well water from the ground, and that's what we use in our homes because it's natural. It's different. But as soon as you put a data center out here and they're filtering it through the factory or whatever, they're filtering it through their stuff, we know that it will become contaminated. It's contaminated. Then you have to worry about everything.
I just assume that the water's contaminated now. Well, I was trying to boil some water the other day, and so I was filling up a pot with hot water just to get it like pre-started. And my husband's like, you can't use that. It has weird chemicals in it. You have to use cold water. And I was like, that's the first I've heard of that, but whatever you say.
I still drink it.
Yeah.
Hot water? You can't use hot water. You can use cold. It's the same water.
It's the same water. It's just heated. I mean,
water.
It's just
water
like it has
is
like
water.
different chemicals. It has like,
no, it depends if they have something.
If they have petroleum in it, it's not water. It's water and petroleum.
Right. Now, if they've told you, like, listen, we're pulling our water from here, or we've done work on the pipes or whatever, there's a boil warning, then absolutely, I mean, and from out here, like, I mean, I boil water from my tap or whatever, and I take the showers normal, whatever from the city water, but my water goes through the grinder because I live by a lake. Now, I drink filtered water through a fridge, right? No big deal. But when things come from the well, it literally comes from the ground here, and it's just the way it is. Everybody out here, for the most part, if you don't live in town, you're on well water.
Yeah.
But as soon as you know that well water has been contaminated, because you test the well water, you can test your well water.
It
It's
takes like
completely
50
different.
years. It takes like 50 years after a contamination has been, like a big enough contamination has been introduced to groundwater for the ground to actually filter the water back out.
Right. Because you have to understand the with the well, it's naturally filtered. It's naturally the earth is a natural liver.
Yeah.
Okay. So the earth takes care of itself. So when if you have well water, then you basically have that water
The
that's been
cleanest water
filtered.
you can have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But as soon as there's a contamination to it, like let's just think of it like an oil, like what is it, like an oil spill in the ground. Okay. Then how long does it take for the oil, after an oil spill like happens out there? I know, because I remember there was an oil spill out there. It can take 50, 60, 100 years, whatever, depending on how big the spill is and how much we can clean it up.
Or
Well, that's what
longer.
I'm saying.
And too strong for life in the comments, and also Miss Bones mentioned something about Forever Chemicals, and we have rebates and stuff to help cover the cost. What rebate or anything could help cover the cost of not knowing how long it's going to take to get something out
Now
of your body? I
there
don't
are
even know what
things
it
there
is.
are
That's
things
the
you can do to
thing.
combat that, right? So
No amount of money would ever help me feel better about swallowing petroleum.
so there's this thing called reverse
Period.
osmosis that you can put on your in your system that will clean the water out. Now but that's a cost to you. That's why there's rebates for it, is to filter it out.
Right.
It's very expensive and it costs energy. And if your freaking energy bill is $900 a month, you just go ahead and tack one more thing onto it at 50 cents a kilowatt hour. But there are things you can do to mitigate that, but that should not be on the citizens that have lived there in the established community. That is on the company that wants to make billions of dollars and have $1 trillion evaluations.
Right.
Not Miss Susie down the street that's owned her home for 70 years and now she's going to get cancer because she's going to make pasta every night because she likes pasta, and all of her freaking fettuccine is going to be fucking laced with lead. That's screwed up.
I'm gonna tell you what is.
I've been drinking lead water for 30 years and I'm fine.
Now
I
listen,
mean,
You've been drinking lead water?
Hell yeah.
this is what I am going to say though. What I'm
Since I was a kid.
I'm torn because I hear Trump talking about, he's not gonna let the home prices go down. So when I hear that, I think of, manufactured. He's gonna manufacture an environment to make sure that the home prices don't go down. So when we say that it's not Susie, the granny's fault about, the pollution, of course it's not. But at the same time, we do hear Trump saying that he's gonna prop up these home prices. And his reason was because he doesn't want people to lose their wealth. How do you feel about that? Not just, I know you spoke about it a little bit, Mr. Paramedic, but we got Nick's world up here as well, so we'll hear from Nick's.
Well, we all know he wants his interest rates down. That's gonna make home prices go up higher. But I think if we go into a recession, that'd be cool, but that'll be a blip though, and then that blip will be painful. That blip will come with unemployment. So either way, it's a lose-lose for the like Plug was saying, for Generation Z, for the millennials too. We're like the poster child of this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And everything in between.
It kind of makes sense too, because they asked Trump today, how does he feel about the dollar going down? He's like, I love, basically the dollar collapsing. He was like, oh, it's going good. The dollar's stronger than ever. Well, with the dollar going down, that's going to make asset prices surge. So I do see what you're talking about there as well, Nick.
I think the main key in general, we need to do construction. We need to overhaul. I don't care what type of program. I don't care. You can get real communist with it, or you can put a little Trump tag on it. We need to do overhaul construction that is federally helped. I'm not saying funded, but it can be.
At this
But
point,
Subsidized.
streamline it.
it's about the land. It's not that there is housing, but it's not logical. People have to move around. We have so much land available that even if the housing prices could be solved, like via companies like Boxable and other companies, that are adjacent or akin to those companies, it's like we have the solutions, but it's the land. People are going to have to move around. People are congested into these cities.
I disagree.
And
I mean, New York, yeah, sure. But like right now, Fort Wayne, there's plenty of land around Fort Wayne, and they are building around Fort Wayne. Just streamline it, and we don't even have to do boxables. We could just find the choke points. If I was king, if I was the government, and I want to solve this issue, I'm gonna find the choke point, and then I'm just going to facilitate that choke point to become cheaper. And then if you can facilitate that choke point, let's say it be lumber, let's say it be bricks.
But the thing about it is that's not possible in this current environment. When every day we know that a midnight tweet or true social post can change the landscape. It's just not viable right now with this current administration.
I know. That's my hope, though, and I believe that that's just the solution. Build.
I agree. I agree with you. I agree that is a huge solution. I think one of the just problems to get there is that I think that our government knows that there's something coming. I think that they know that our economy can't keep going at this rate.
Yep.
They
It's
can't keep
going. The bubble is going to pop.
It's going to pop. It's gonna
Housing does not double. Housing does not double. The average price of a home pre-COVID was like $255,000. After COVID, $455. Now we're touching $500.
Exactly. But we still haven't hit.
Not double in value in 5 years.
Exactly. But you are absolutely correct. But for comparison, the average home price in Canada is almost $800,000.
Good God!
I think they're gonna push it to that point. But that's why I'm saying boxable is a viable solution, because right now the average home price is $500,000. To get a new home, even in Little Rock, Arkansas, the average home price is like $280. And this is Little Rock. This is nowhere luxury. And if you really want to get the picket fence 3-bedroom, nice whatever, you're looking
at $350.
So. The reason I said that in this current environment with this administration, what Nick said was a great solution, but I just don't think it's viable. I think they need to get boxable and things like those to market, and they need
manufactured homes. Yeah.
You need to let FHA fund it. That's the key.
Quality neighborhood in Canada.
Look what she says. She said Miss Bones is in Canada. She says $800,000 my ass. You can't get a single family home for less than 1.5, depending on the location. I think
what? How's that free healthcare going?
You got to think the average price is like, hold on, Asha. I'm gonna give Asha the floor after this. The average home price is like a little over $800,000, but you got to think about how rural Canada really is. When you get into those cities, she's absolutely right. 1.5 mil.
We need to just make van life normal. Is what we need to do.
Van life is fine, but you still have to have the connections and the hookups and all that. But regardless. I didn't really have too much to say about it, except to say that isn't it safer in Canada than it is out here? I mean,
oh honey,
no.
It seems like
honey.
It is.
Okay,
no.
Oh honey,
go to Ottawa.
Way more
this is the thing, Asha. It's only safe as where you are. Every place has ghettos. Every place has hoods. Every place has gang members. This shit is global.
I mean, I live in LA, so
but you got to think about what you consider safe as well, Asha.
It's relatively safe, but if I wouldn't walk down the street in Compton,
so that's what I'm saying.
Do you like being able to say what you can say right now? Do you like that? Do you like it?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, baby girl. I'm talking to my sister right now. Do you like being able to say what you can say right now and go online and see what you want to see? Do you like that? Your freedom.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you go up north and you'll realize things are blocked out. You can't see all of everything you want to see. You can't say everything you want to say.
The easiest way to test that, get a VPN and pop it in Canada.
Yeah. Yeah. And you will realize how much they restrict from you. And and listen, there will be people who don't understand at all, but then there are people in Canada whom I know who tell me exactly the way it is. There's a program in Canada called MAID. Have you ever heard of that before?
No.
It's medical assisted
Oh yes, yeah, they
medical
had a big.
assisted going to heavens.
Oh,
Oh.
suicide?
Yeah,
You
Or
can't say that on
Wait,
you
wait,
YouTube.
can't say
wait,
that.
wait, what's wrong with that?
Okay, well,
oh,
I'll
you can't
explain what's
say
wrong with
that.
that. I'll explain.
Hold on.
Let me
There's a
no,
lot of things
just give
wrong with
no.
that.
Please give me.
Wait,
Please just give
hold
me.
on.
Give me.
Wait,
Give me a
don't
moment.
get plug blocked. Don't get plug.
I'm not. I'm not. Baby girl, I'm not going to get plug blocked. I'm going to explain
Not
what's
you,
wrong
but
with it.
somebody
Okay.
else.
I'm going to explain what's wrong with it. If you live in a very rural area, this just happened. This girl. Okay, this girl, she wanted medical help. She had a very, very rare disorder. She had a very rare disease. She was in a lot of pain. And she couldn't get a referral to get help. Okay, the doctor, she couldn't get in to see a doctor. She couldn't get a referral to see a doctor. And they said, you know what? Since we can't get you to the specialist because of our free healthcare program, we can't fly you out. We won't do it. We can't get you the referral to the specialist. We'll offer you MAID so that you can go to heaven and be out of pain because that is better
Wait,
for
so
you.
this is only for people that are dying, not that people
No,
No.
are
no, honey. I'm gonna help my girl here. I'm gonna help my girl. They've also wanted to expand this to people who are depressed and anxious and confused because they don't want anybody to suffer because it's cheaper for their free healthcare system if you're just not there anymore.
What?
Sounds kind of nice. Nah, I'm
It
just
sounds
kidding.
like it sounds like you're making
It's
this
not
stuff
made up.
up.
No.
Baby, I'm not going to lie to you about something that I'm so passionate about stopping because I used to have I'd say about 3-4 years ago, I spent about 6 years on a support group for people with the rare incurable brain disease that I battled for the 3 brain surgeries that I had. And I have a lot of friends up in Canada. Okay. And UK and all over the world with this disease. And when I tell you that I've learned how it is in different countries, I will tell you how it is up there.
I'll give you a piece of advice. I am actually a paramedic. I work in the state of Washington. Right on a border with Canada. You have a lot of folks that will leave Canada to get health care in the United States, knowing how astronomically expensive it is because they can actually access it. There was a story out of the Canadian VA a few years ago of the same thing happening. Someone had I don't believe it was a rare disorder. I think it was just like disability. And instead of like just giving them health care because they have this free, wonderful health care that they like to brag about, instead of just giving them that, they're like, well, we can offer this to you. And that's what blew that up. That's like the most
Isn't
prominent
that
story
the
about it.
same thing? Isn't that the same thing as America offering hospice?
Hospice is for terminal illnesses where there is no chance of recovery for someone that's like 90 years old and you want them to be comfortable when they pass.
Right, that's why I thought that
Man,
offering that option
that's
to
I
No.
believe
you is
that's what it's
No.
supposed to be. I believe that's what it's supposed to be, but just
Yeah, but
from
not
anecdotal,
anymore.
hold on, just from anecdotal experience, they write a lot of those people off a little too early for me. And a lot of it does have to do with money. A lot of if they don't have any assets, anything like that, they're gonna send your ass home. And a lot of people don't want to give up their assets because they want to leave legacy. So shit, they get put the fuck on hospice. It's over with.
This
Yeah.
is the first I'm hearing of it. Also,
Yeah.
why
Oh, it happens.
don't
It
wanna
happens
get- you don't
all
wanna
the
get-
time.
They're gonna come to you in the hospital, Asha, and
Asha.
hold on, Asha. They're gonna come to you in the hospital and ask, "Do you want this? Whatever program?" You sign up for that shit. That means that they take control of all of your assets, so they'll keep, giving you health care. When you fucking die, your shit is gone. You can't pass it down to nobody. Whoever controls it.
So within 5 years, within 5 years, yes, within 5 years of you needing long-term care in the United States, if you have assets and you say, "Oh, I can't pay for long-term care because it's $120,000 a year," they'll sell your house. at auction rate, not even market value. They'll sell your house. They'll strip all of your assets away from you, unless it's in an irrevocable trust. That's another thing you need to. If you have assets, put it in a trust. But they will take all your assets from you unless within 5 years of you needing that service, because they can go back 5 years and see any assets that you've liquidated. You just lose everything, and your family gets nothing. And
I feel like that's fair.
that's not fair at all. That's absolutely not fair.
It's
Why?
called a reverse mortgage.
I mean, that's
Not
If
if
you
you
want
don't
an
own a
expensive,
home, then
swanky
no.
hospice,
it's not expensive and schwanky. It's a
then
state-run
Who
facility.
says
It's a
something like
state-run
that?
That's
facility.
state run.
It's not.
Have you ever
It's
been
not
to a
expensive and.
state-run facility? You're like,
I
you
have.
can
no,
get
not at
some.
all.
I know, not you, hun, but have you ever been to one?
Okay, still
My
on
You're
that.
grandmother
lucky to get
died in the
someone who's
hospital. We took care of her.
in the hospital, but not a state, like not like a state-run
Yeah, there
long-term
was no
facility.
hospice. She didn't even have Social
Okay.
Security. She's Puerto Rican.
Okay, but what I'm explaining, what we're talking about here is long-term state, like assisted
We're
facility.
talking about the baby boomers and the Gen X's crying because
Yeah,
they want free healthcare.
what do you mean?
Not even free healthcare.
Hold
That's
on.
not even
Hold
healthcare.
on.
That's
Even when you take care of them, that shit still at home hospice here. You just got some family around, to make it a little bit easier. It's still fucking hospice.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about hospice. Let's just say, for example, you break your hip and you're 70 years old. I don't care who you are. There is nothing in the world that costs $15,000, $10,000
I
a
completely
month.
agree on that one. That is healthcare.
Right.
That's healthcare.
Yeah.
Because
But
if
what
you
you
have
were
insulin,
explaining to
it
me
costs
sound like a reverse
$5.
mortgage for trade of hospice.
No.
That's what it sounds
costs
like.
It's not a reverse
$5,
mortgage. A
but they
reverse
charge
mortgage
you
is so you can remodel your
$300.
house. A
No,
reverse
not
mortgage is so
really.
you
A
can.
lot of old people do the reverse mortgage, and then so the kids
On
don't
their
have to fight about it,
house.
and the kids don't have to take care of them. It's actually a decent trade for an elderly
It's a
person
reverse
who is
mortgage on your
like, my
house that you
husband died
own.
10 years ago. I only have one house. I have 5 children. They're going to fight over the house. None of them want to take care of me. Okay, I'm going to reverse mortgage my house and then spend my days in Florida.
But that's a
and some
decision
hospice.
that you make. That's a decision you make.
Exactly.
It's not.
But you
It's
have
not
to
the
Now, a
state
broken hip
taking
is
all
a
your
whole
sick
different
shit.
story, but you sounded like you were telling
No,
me
I'm
that
talking about
story.
Medicare. I'm talking about Medicare and
Medicare
Medicaid.
does it. So it's some
Yes.
person on a computer that may have had 6 months of training, auctioning off everything your loved one ever worked for in their life.
That they were going to give
Over a
to
broken
you.
hip.
Just so,
Yes.
not even over a broken hip, just so they can not suffer in fucking pain and die in damn pain. They know
Yeah.
they might only have 6 months left. The
But we're
doctor
still talking about
said already-
suicide? You talking about suicide on that?
No,
Oh, can I
no.
even say that? Are we on
No,
YouTube? Yeah.
because
Yeah,
suicide is
yeah,
not the
we
same
definitely
thing as
can't say
being
that.
Yeah.
suicidal
Let's not say
because you
that.
don't have.
My bad.
Hold on, Asha. Asha,
it's
nobody
not
can
the
even
same
hear you,
thing.
Asha. Hold on. You sound far away from the mic. You sound muffled. Nobody can hear. It just sounds like you just talking. I promise
No,
you.
I'm saying it's not the same thing as being let go from life because
Listen,
you're in
yes,
pain.
the fuck it is. They're just rushing the process. It's just like being on death row for 10 years, or death row for 6 months. The same fucking ending. They're writing you off. They're just
So
Canada's just speeding up the process. Like, if you want to go sit in this little fucking pod or whatever country's doing it, you want to sit in this little pod, breathe these gases or whatever the fuck it is and die now, cool. If not, take your ass home. America's just not offering the gases. I seen you backstage, Miss VR. Come back. I'm gonna bring you up. I was about to bring you up. I just had to
No,
finish.
so Asha, what they actually do once you get approved for the program, they'll get it down to where they actually will pick a day. You can say goodbye to your loved ones, and they give you an injection.
Yep.
It's a lethal
Yo, we talking about
injection.
Canada?
No, listen to me. It is a
Canada
lethal
or US?
Asha, listen.
Canada.
It is a lethal injection. They give you a day.
Okay.
They give you They give you succinylcholine. They give you succinylcholine, which is a paralytic, and then they sedate you until you stop breathing.
What I'm trying to say is, like, let's say tomorrow you wake up and you're really depressed and you say, you know what, take me out of here. I don't want to be here anymore. That's completely different than if you're in cancer and you're in hospice care and you decide you you just don't want to be hearing it. This is completely different.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's not. It's
I
a
do see
program.
that.
It's a program because they can't afford the healthcare that they're
That is
offering to
right.
everybody. So they're trying to get people off the system. That is barbaric.
It is
Well, that's not their
depopulation.
pro. That's
Tasha,
not
it
I
is
their
feel like you
program
should
they're
have the
talking
free
depopulation.
will
about.
to make that choice for yourself if you really didn't want to be here, though. Like, if you,
Yeah, in that
Not
you can't
situation.
not
be
being
you
here
can't
You
be
is not
shouldn't be
forced to
the
be
led to
here.
that
same.
choice. That
I'm
subject
just
should not be
Yes,
brought up
that's
to
exactly
you.
it. You should not sell it. That
They
should not be a
literally,
profitable
they
thing
literally
in
put,
any type of way, shape, or form.
they
Yeah, but
literally
it's still
they literally
up to
put something
them.
out for a short
So
time saying that they were going to allow teenagers and adolescents to qualify for the depression
Yeah,
anxiety
no, that's
aspect of
nuts.
it.
No, that's
That's
nuts.
crazy.
Nuts. That's
That is
crazy.
insane.
I'm
And I
not
was, and
saying
then they
anybody should be able
retracted
to do
it.
it, but
They
if you have
retracted.
5 days to live, then you should be able to say, "Hey, you know
Okay.
what?
All right,
Die,
Asha.
die
All
in
right.
peace."
We hear you. We hear your
You're
opinion.
not understanding what I'm
Oh, we
trying to
hear you.
say.
All right, Chad. Let me get the
No,
floor right
I
quick.
do, and
Hold
I
on, hold
agree.
on,
The
hold
only
on.
scary part is
Hold
the
on, Nick.
profitability of it.
Hold on, Nick. Let me
Ye-
get
I
the floor.
100%
Hold
agree
on,
with
hold on.
you,
Trying to
Leo.
get the floor. Everybody double tap the screen, shut a live out. We're 25 subs away from the next sub goal. I asked Lady Bones to come to the stage because of the location she's at right now. I'll let her tell where she's from if she wants to, but she wants to speak on this convo because she said we got it all wrong. She said we got it all wrong. So I'm gonna give her
I mean, which part?
whichever
I
part
was,
that you said we had all wrong.
I mean, the maid part is, yeah, for sure. The maid part is, I think it's misunderstood. I think that, I mean, for a country that prizes, freedom, to be able to decide when you want to go is the greatest freedom that you can have. And we are not lackadaisical in the vetting for it. It's not an easy process, and most of the time it's just people who are literally dying, like they've been given a certain, like 6 months to live, 3 years to live of a horrible existence, and they apply for it. It's not easy to get. We're not giving out like candy. And yes, there was a group of people that wanted, because of the people that asked for it, people with really severe, like, not just depression, but like really, really severe people who don't want to live anymore asked. They said we should be able to apply for this as well. And it's been under debate, but it's not easy to get, and it's been tabled for now. But I think that people should be able to choose what they want to do with their.
But it shouldn't be sold to them as an option. It should be.
It is not. It is not
So why?
sold as an option.
Why
It's
are there
very
people that
difficult
are
to get.
saying? Why are there people saying that it's that they were approached with that option? If it's
That
not,
is,
if it doesn't happen.
it is insane, and you can look it up. You can see how many people have qualified for it and what they've had to go through to get it. People are angry that we are so making it so hard for them.
Then why did
Yeah,
our
man, I want to
country
know
have
the
to go
fact check
rescue
on the
one of
numbers.
your
I want to know the
citizens?
numbers.
Why did our
I don't
country have
understand
to go
why anybody
rescue
would.
one of your citizens because your country offered her maid instead of actually getting her a referral to the specialist she needed?
Does that make any? I know that story, and
Yeah.
does that make any sense to you that our country would want? Why would our country offer her maid?
Budget cuts.
That's insane. This is a single This
It is
is
insane.
Hey,
that's
chat.
insane.
Somebody fact check this. I can't on this because if I get off, then it jumps me off, man. The chat should fact check this and
It's
give
a
me a number.
tragic story.
How many
I'm
numbers
fact
in
checking it right now from
2025?
CBS.
It's a tragic story of one person. It's not a budget cut
Four,
situation.
perhaps even 5 Canadian military veterans were given the option of medically assisted death made by a now suspended Veteran Affairs Canada caseworker. The country's veterans minister told a House of Commons committee late Thursday. Lawrence McCauley said that the matter is now being turned over to the RCMP for investigation. Like, this has happened. Like, I remember
No, I want to
this
know the
story.
That
number
sounds
of
to
all
me like
day.
one
I want to
bad.
know the all day number of
Hold on.
assisted.
This
That
is
word.
where we get fucked up because everybody's going to her right now. We need to let's get one question at a time, or she's gonna feel attacked.
I'm not getting. No, it's okay. I don't mind feeling attacked.
No, I'm just saying for is like decorum on the chat. Like, let her
Yeah.
answer one question before
I mean-
we just bombard her with a lot. Because she's the only one with, that's on the other side. I don't know the fuck about MAID. I feel like MAID, hospice is the same thing as where they send you to die. One of them just happens a little faster. That's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
Well, I
It's
think
it's dying
hospice
with
is something-
dignity.
Hospice is something where you're actually given treatment for the
No,
unfortunate
no, no.
thing.
No, no, no,
No.
not treatment.
Oh, you're
Not
right. I
treatment.
know. You guys give them the lethal injection, just like
no
bam.
No,
hospice.
that's-
They give you pain management. They don't
Exactly.
give you
That's
they
not
give you
treatment.
pain management.
Since 2016, 15,343 people have used it.
In Canada?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's my bad. Since 2023, 76,000 have used it since
That's what I
2016.
thought. I thought that was low.
76,000? Where
Hold
did
on,
that number come
is
from?
that in Canada or is that globally? Because other countries have it.
In Canada,
Canada.
the MAID program. Yeah, it's in Canada specifically.
Nah, using the MAID program versus assisted blank might be a different
That
stat.
is what it
I
is.
want to
That's
know
what
That
it
is
the
what
heck.
MAID is.
That's
That's what
it's
MAID
called.
is.
Medically assisted and D word.
There's no S in MAID.
No, it's because it's
MAID,
not the S word.
MAID.
It's medical
ND
assistance in
Death is the
dying.
D.
and D word. Yeah,
Oh,
Shit.
Like-
Sorry. I'm so bad at this.
it's okay. You're fine.
Medical assistance in dying is what MAID stands
you're
for.
not.
that man stood on that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we are on YouTube, so I don't know what we can and can't say.
Yeah, it's okay.
If homie want to get
That's
money.
a healthcare program. You can talk about a healthcare program specifically.
Nah, it's
Okay.
cool tonight, chat. Just know we can talk. Just stay away from
The S word.
vaccine.
The S word. Yeah.
Stay away from vaccines. Yeah, the S word, and no hate speech, because we did get some donations, so it's a free speech panel. But just let's keep some decorum a little bit.
So yeah.
Yeah. So we're
Anyways,
using
there's a lot
them
of
interchangeable. Sorry.
No, please. I like. There's a lot of steps for eligibility, and I just think that people should be allowed to choose dignity in death. Some people don't want to waste away by themselves in palliative care or in pain, and I think that should be their choice. But you don't have to
So-
agree with it. It's
So I
definitely
have
not. It's a choice.
I have something I want to. I'll be a little bit vulnerable with you and maybe help change your perspective. And if not, that's okay. So I have a rare and incurable brain disease. I have too much spinal fluid in my brain. It's extremely painful, and I also have autoimmune disease and disc degeneration. And I have like fibromyalgia. We think it's related to autoimmune disease. So I have a shunt in my brain, a port in my chest, a spinal cord stimulator in my spine, and I say some army metal down on my foot from sprinkles from my my military service in the military. Okay. So I've lived a very painful, it's extremely painful. Okay. I've had 3 of the brain surgeries because my shunt has broken several times, and I've had to have multiple revisions to the shunt. Now, there's been times, especially I would say from I'd say 2014 through about 2021, where I was extremely depressed. The shunt failures, when I was in shunt failure and couldn't get assistance through the VA, they didn't know I was in shunt failure to get the revisions. And then one of my revisions failed and I had to have another one. And it has been extremely painful. And there were times I just laid on my couch waiting to die, just waiting for the Lord to come get me. Right. I'm grateful he didn't. I'm extremely elated that I am where I am today. I've grown in the Lord, and I have a testimony, and I know that my testimony is going to help people want to live. Everybody has a purpose. But through those years, if I was in Canada, they would have, I know where I was. They would have offered me that program, and they would have said, you know what, you are really sad. You're really depressed. You're in shunt failure. The shunts aren't working. Your spinal fluid pressure is so high, and if the papilledema, which is the swelling of your optic nerves, if it comes back, you'll go blind. All of this. We have this program. We don't want you to suffer. The pain is extraordinary. Your kidneys are shutting down. You've been in the hospital for jaundice. Your liver isn't working. Maybe this program would be good for you. Now, what would you say, knowing what you've known briefly, would you say that that would have been good for me?
It's not up to me to make that decision for you,
It-
but I also know that our healthcare practitioners are not out there recommending that to you. But if you were to ask for it,
But if I was in
that
your
would be-
VA,
here's the thing is like, I truly, I understand where you're coming from. And I am somebody who wants to prevent suicides, which are usually a short-term condition. Like that if you can help somebody get through a suicide attempt, you can maybe save their life. And
Yeah.
so people tend to choose suicide when they feel like they are out of every other option. Whereas in choosing MAID is something that is a longer
it's
process.
suicide.
Pardon?
It's
No,
suicide.
it's a long process.
Honey,
Hey,
It
let's
takes-
let's just
Same
call it unaliving
But-
ourselves.
I'm sorry.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
just
shit.
call it
Sorry.
unaliving.
But people, but the hope is that if somebody makes the decision after going through, there's a lot of hoops to jump through, and you're not necessarily going to be approved, and it takes a lot of time. And if there is a chance for somebody to want to live further, then great. But you have to understand that these are mostly very elderly people. The more than half of them have cancer. I mean,
But you can
if-
survive cancer. You can come through cancer. Do you understand? You can survive.
but why is it?
The
But why
median
is
age
it
is
your?
77. Just to add context.
Pardon? Sorry.
I just was googling it. The median age is 77. Just to add context. In that
Yeah.
case, they're growner than me. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
Exactly. Yeah. Like why would I force somebody? I mean, I think I just think that you
Can
should
I-
be free.
Can I interject here?
Of course.
Because there's a whole lot of medical opinions flying around right now, and it is. I'll preface this by saying I am very, very much. We have a program called Comfort Care. That's what essentially hospice is. Every hospice
Mhm.
patient is on Comfort Care.
Mhm.
If you have zero quality of life, and there's not, the whole there's always hope. I think that is a product of medical illiteracy in North
Mhm.
America. Like it is
Mhm.
not, it's not hope. It is a life of misery. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not going to go as far as to say that I agree with MAID, but I absolutely agree with somebody's right to go on to hospice, to change their DNR status, to change, I don't want to be intubated. Intubation's rough. CPR is
Yeah.
rough.
Mhm.
Yes.
You have a 60% survival rate as a healthy adult, and that goes down by 10% for every minute that CPR is not started. That's American Heart Association numbers. It's not even that controversial. It's established science. And everybody has this idea that medicine is just this magic bullet that fixes everybody. And, grandma that you've known for 60 years of your life is just going to hop up and spring and start playing ball with you again. And people have this illusion and this fantasy in their head that if we just hold out for a little bit longer, and what that leads to is now you have someone that has degenerative mental capacity. They're living a life of misery, and there are people that are power of attorneys for their parents that will keep them alive because they cannot bear the thought of just letting go. And I'm not going to go as far as to say I agree with MAID, because I think everything should be done out into its conclusion. Like I firmly believe that people let go when they're ready to let go.
But that is them deciding to let go. That's them
No,
saying,
that's-
I don't want to spend my last moments with my children that I don't recognize and that they are going to remember me in this awful capacity. Or maybe I don't have a lot of family coming to visit me and I'm just like bound to a bed like day in, day out. Why can't I say no? Like I want to go out before I hit that. Like why should I have to? Why
Because-
should I be forced to endure past like an awful, painful, lonely, like I just don't see why we should have to.
I mean, you don't see that, but
But
having
why
that,
should I have to? Just
You-
explain
you-
why should I be forced to?
why are we forced to do anything in life? Well, like what
I mean,
like
do
dying
you
is a part
quit
of living.
Do you just quit a race before you start?
If I want to quit the race, I should be allowed to quit the
Okay,
race.
well, that's good to
Yes.
know. We know the type of person you are. You give up
That,
before
I
you
mean,
Hey,
that is bullshit. That is
No,
bullshit.
no, no.
No, that she.
Listen,
No,
because
I agree with
trust me,
Lady
you can't
Bones on
judge
this
me
one.
because I've fought. I've had to
I-
fight.
That is
no one's judging you, hon.
bullshit.
No, oh well, see, we got judgment. And that's fine, judgment down there. I do not care because I'm
I
going to
don't
tell
have
you.
judgment
That's okay.
for
I'm not
you.
talking to you.
Okay. Just to
What
be
I'm
clear.
explaining is that I've had to fight for my life, and I've had to fight. Okay. What I'm explaining
And
is
I'm
that if you're
happy.
looking at a situation and you're looking at it and you're trying and you go in and you're so defeated that you're just like, give me the needle.
But okay. I mean, I don't think it's fair to assume that anyone's going into it so defeated either. I think people should be able to make that decision for themselves. Some people
Did you
just
A
don't want to be a
teenager?
burden to their
Yeah, I agree with
family
that.
or
A teenager.
no, not a
I'm sorry,
teenager, but a
that doesn't happen.
77-year-old woman can. Hey, lady, salute.
Teenagers cannot get it, and it cannot be
Why can't I hear
recommended to you. You need to go and seek it out. It doesn't get
No,
recommended to
they
you.
were recommending it to
Yes,
veterans. They were recommending it.
I
Your
understand.
doctors
There's
are
that.
recommending it to patients. That is
Okay,
not
well, that is
true.
illegal. I understand that you have that anecdotal case, and
there
I'm
are
not saying that
absolutely
it's not
cases of that
true.
There are
happening. So if you
cases
But
of
I'm
it
not saying it's
happening.
not true. But that to me
so
sounds like
if you're
a
gonna say
bad
it doesn't
legal in
happen,
practitioner.
Canada,
that is
though.
No,
completely
Period.
I didn't.
100%
It
I
verifiably
didn't
false.
say it's not happening. I said it's not. I said it's
And you bring
illegal.
in a lot of ethical concerns when you put that on the table.
I'm saying it's illegal, and so I'm not discounting that it may have happened.
Oh
But
man, I
that to
can't
me
hear.
sounds like a bad practitioner. But it is
And
not.
a
It's
bunch of
illegal.
them.
People
Hey,
live lives in a lot of pain. They should be able to not be forced to have to stay if they're in a ton of pain. So I agree with Lady Bones.
There's a lot of people who live in a lot of pain all the
Yeah, but
time.
if you're in so much pain where your brain's screaming to die and people are forcing you to
Hello?
stay
Who
alive,
are you
that's
talking
crazy.
to?
That's
Who are you talking
crazy.
to?
But
You're
Not
talking to
everybody is as
somebody
strong as you are.
not everybody's gonna be the same as you, Show.
Okay.
Some
Yeah.
people
well,
are
what I'm
gonna
ex-
want to tap out.
Okay, well, what I'm saying is your life is valuable.
But
That's what I'm
it's
Yeah,
trying
my
to
not
life.
explain.
if I have a brain tumor in my brain, if I'm dealing with all this chronic pain and people are trying to force me to I'm leaving. See you later.
You can choose. You
Fuck
can
that.
choose to do that yourself. Why do you have to have a doctor do that?
Because you
Because
want
it's
to have
fucking.
a
Are you
dignity and a pain-free.
really? So my parents can find my. Fuck you, dude. That's
Yeah,
bullshit.
dignity.
yeah.
Yeah, dignity would
This
be the
literally
answer to
the
that
same thing.
question.
How do you want to
You're
talk about how your
disgusting.
parents feel
No,
about
You're
something?
disgusting. That's
That,
disgusting, dog.
so that's
because I
disgusting. But a
didn't want to
doctor
hate
doing it
myself
is
Yeah,
it's
hypothetically.
no
because
big deal.
That would be the reason why.
Actually,
if you can't see the difference, then that's
Yeah,
an issue.
What's the difference? What is the
it
difference?
can
The difference
be
is
a
the
Because you're
very
person
getting
doing
peaceful
it
and
did
beautiful
not
medically
want to
thing.
do it that
assisted.
way.
You're not.
yeah.
What
Well,
is a
make it
doctor?
so
What does a
cool.
doctor know
Because
about your life that you don't?
let me listen to me. A doctor makes it comfortable for you so you could be. If you're doing it yourself, that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah,
Are you retarded?
you just
No,
go out
I'm actually very
peacefully.
well medically educated. I know the risks of
Hey
doing
guys,
this.
Sound
I
kind of
am. Well,
What do
retarded.
you
just
mean?
so you know, I am also. I worked. I have 2
Hey,
degrees.
let's not use the R word, man.
So I'm just
I'm
trying to explain. To me, this is just like taking your dog to the vet when your vet's sick and when the dog's sick. This is exactly what it's like.
No,
Yeah,
that.
it really is.
no,
But
it's
who's the
not. The
dog?
Hey,
dog is not
Shelly,
a human.
Well,
just so I can have it black and white for you, just for the conversation, would you change your mind for an 80-year-old?
The age doesn't devalue the life. It's still a soul. There is a
But
soul involved.
some people are
Okay.
in a ton of pain and they want it to end.
Do you
though.
understand? There's a spiritual relevance to this.
But why do you get to decide for somebody else?
Okay. If you don't stand up for what is right, if you don't stand up for what
So
is
you should.
right, then what are
Okay,
we doing?
I'm just. But another adult. You think you should make the decision for another adult?
Well, every single day. that I
Three
went to
people here
work,
disagree that what you think is
we
right is
advocated
100%
for our
right.
patients.
3 people here right now disagree with what you think is right.
I'm with Lady Bones.
Cool, you've established that. Like,
Yeah. So when
So
I
the
when I
idea of
went,
what is right
There's
is
no
subjective.
right. There's no right. We just have different opinions. Nobody's right on this. This is a
this
So-
is an
so- oh, there
this is an
is.
ethical debate. You guys are bringing opinions into an ethical debate. There is an established precedent for what is ethical about this. And like I said,
and
And in
many
Canada,
countries
it has a
offer
different
it.
opinion
everybody's
than your
decision.
ethical opinion in America.
Yes, like
ethics don't change based off the country. Ethics are
actually, what do
the
you?
entire
Ethics
world
come from
agreeing to.
philosophy, sir. And the law is the primary source of ethics,
No,
or at least the primary iteration.
No, it is not.
America is
There's an
big
It is the
behind
primary
in
iteration
this.
of any
No,
society
no.
is of
No, no,
ethics
no.
is the law.
No.
Hey,
It is
No, it's not.
iteration.
The law is based off of what's ethical. So how can you base ethics
Exactly.
off of
It
something
is the
that's based off?
iteration. It is the Canada's primary iteration of Canada's ethics is the Canadian law.
So
So
you think every
therefore,
law
the ethics
is
of Canada
ethical? Every
disagrees
law
with
is
the
ethical?
ethics of America.
So you think
Corey,
every law is
hold on.
ethical?
Absolutely not.
What
Okay,
that's
second,
so
one
ethics
second,
they're removed from each other.
One
no.
second.
Laws
Whoa,
do not
whoa, whoa.
dictate ethics.
Hold on, chat. One second,
Sorry.
panel. Corey World, they're asking, are you pro-life? From your statement, they want to know, are you pro-life on the other channel?
I'm against government intervention completely, so I probably couldn't consider myself pro-life. I think people do whatever they want. I don't care.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Government. That's
I
an
think-
interesting take to take, but
It is, that's what it
But
is.
Just
I
a couple years ago, that was the ethical solution in America as well. But now the ethics have changed. If law is iteration of ethics,
I
so
just,
ethics are subjective. Ethics is philosophy.
asked you.
Let's not forget
I just-
that with your little,
I
science
just
major.
asked you. I just asked you if every law on the books is ethical, and you said
That's
no.
crazy.
So law is not an iteration of ethics. The law can be wrong.
No, I'm saying ethics can be
Oh.
wrong.
Ethics. Oh my gosh.
Sure, you're human. Let's not talk about what's
evolves.
godly.
Oh no.
We're not talking about godly.
I will say this too.
That's ethics.
I will say this. The law can definitely be wrong. Ethics can definitely be wrong. Both can be
People,
wrong.
people
Well,
change.
ethics can be fucked up, and laws can be set in place as to you can't vote if you don't own property. You can't vote if
Mhm.
this. Those work. That's my opinion. That's my take.
That's why you
I
need
agree.
to get your ethical standard and your moral standard and your moral compass and your ethical compass from God.
I just don't
Because
think
that
we
What?
should
doesn't
give women
change.
murder charges for going to the hospital.
I agree.
Because if you
And I
go
am
to the-
extremely
if you-
pro-life in a personal way, but just
I think-
legally,
Yeah.
like he
we
said,
can
I don't like the war on drugs. I'm not trying to have war on pregnant ladies.
Well, oh, I don't listen. For
Yeah.
me, listen. I answer to one person. I answer to the Lord, and I am a lady. Okay, and I will tell you that every person, whether you are a child in the womb or you are 84 years old with cancer, you are still a soul. And how your life begins and how your life ends, until you meet your Creator, you are still a soul.
No
And
one's
if you
disagreeing with that.
choose, and if
It's
you
about-
choose to end your life in any way, then you answer for that. Okay,
Then
Or
you're
you
going to
don't.
burn in hell.
Or you don't.
you answer for that spiritually. There is a spiritual connotation, and what you need to understand is that ending a life in the womb and ending a life prematurely is a sacrifice. It is literally what we used to learn in the history books about how other cultures used to sacrifice their young, and other cultures used to sacrifice their women, and they used to do that at the altar for the blood. And
And
we are doing
all
it.
those civilizations have fallen, just for the record.
Everyone. And as soon as our country allowed abortion, and as soon as other countries allowed abortion, as soon as other countries started sacrificing their people, their sick people.
It's been happening since the dawn of
What?
time.
Oh,
Like
but
it
guess
just because
China's
it,
GDP has been rising for 40 years because of their one-child policy. I am not trying to advocate for it. I'm just devil advocating it. I'm just because I am
think
pro-life as
nobody
fuck.
is
I'm not
nobody is
killing any of my
pro-abortion.
babies.
But
We
there's
should
other
have
ways
a
to
one-child
achieve.
policy.
I thought you were libertarian and keep the government out of the business. What you
Dude.
switching your stance up now?
I get tired of getting stuck in traffic, bruh. You know what I'm saying?
So you're
Yo,
selfish.
I
he
think
is not
that
being
there's
serious,
other ways
bro.
to
Lighten up.
achieve fewer abortions. Everyone agrees on that
I mean,
part, so that's where it should be
you want to talk
focused.
about ethics and morality, and then have that kind of an attitude.
My opinion on
I
it
think
is-
he's just
my
playing.
opinion on it is
I'm
with
for real.
Roe v. Wade being overturned, I believe it should be left to the states. You know, it is what it is. Leave it to the states. That's just my opinion on it.
I'm good with that. I don't think that the federal government should be in that deep with your personal life.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't think
personally,
the government should
I
tell
don't
me
personally
to
agree with
breed.
abortion, but I don't see it as this thing that I have to die on a hill for.
Yeah, I don't see it as this thing to give the government more power over.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I think that we can
If
get
I was the
fewer
government,
abortions in
I would
better
rather
ways.
pay to raise your child and create like some stormtrooper army before
my
I
God.
pay for your abortion. Let's just put it like that.
That is horrible. That's worse.
But like you
Jesus.
could also
Instead of just ending it, then you just put him in a life of servitude.
Well, I
Or
mean,
like think about monastery and think about service. And by the time he's 18, he's better than your kid because you know the government kept tabs of him.
The government cannot raise your kids. The government.
Oh, I know.
everything they do
I'm saying if I was king, I'm saying
yeah.
in my little fantasy world, if I could make everything.
Your utopia.
No abortions, but I will take your kid.
in my fantasy world, you wouldn't need to
I mean,
have an
that
abortion
usually
because
is the
you would be
issue.
able
is
to have
people,
a lot of.
they're not
preventative
ready to
measures.
have a kid, or it would hurt them. You know, however, to have a kid. I don't know. I think that if you don't want to have a kid, then you know there's a solution to this problem.
There's a lot of
Condoms.
solutions, but nobody's offering
Condoms
those.
break.
Yeah.
There's they should have.
That's how
Well,
I'm
I mean,
here.
we have free birth control and free Plan B, but I know that that's not available to a
But
lot of people.
I don't.
But that
I mean,
helps.
getting back to the. I don't know if somebody else is talking, but I can't hear half of you guys. But getting back to the MAID program, like I said, I can see the value in it, but I do not think that I agree with it as a state sponsored thing. It looks very shady, especially considering how much Canada pays for its healthcare. It almost looks like they're just kind of booting you off the train, because they can't pay for everybody. That's what it
Hey
looks
man,
like.
you
to me.
gotta be 21 to drink. You gotta be 70 for MAID. That's the only way it makes sense in my head.
There's
Yeah.
so many
I mean,
hoops to jump through.
so,
It is not.
like I said,
I
I've
think the
seen a lot.
drinking age should be like 26, honestly.
This
You
dude's
don't
trolling.
sound very libertarian.
This dude is trolling.
Your fucking brain don't start developing until fucking. Isn't that around 26?
It's 26. That's why your car insurance is expensive until you're 26.
He's a walking testament to not drinking.
For real. I mean,
Now, Corey, when it
opinions are all
comes
over
to
the
that
place.
age, man, when it comes to that age, then I will side with Shelly on it because I don't care about your own personal thing. You're a human. You're going to do the human job and you're going to procreate. You're going to, the law should force you to, you're going to go to work. Like, I'm sorry, but you're 26. You're going to go to work. You were 14 years old and you were sucking your mommy's titty. So you owe your mommy the job of going to work. Like, I know that that's a little bit spiritual too and ethical and everything. So that goes, ethical is, a spectrum or whatnot, but that's how I feel is you owe God. You owe your mother. Nah, you're not allowed. But when you're 70, yeah, you can get it. I
Wait,
think that would be
what?
stupid.
So how would you feel if the government just decided everybody that turned 70 years old is just gonna, bite the dust because they're too expensive on the economy?
No. That
what are you
we would be
talking
talking
about?
a way different conversation,
That's
buddy.
the slippery slope that you turned this
So,
road
but it's
down.
not
And I
a
know it
slippery
sounds far
slope.
fetched right now, but think about all the things that sounded far fetched
But
20
the
years ago,
government
and
doesn't
look at where we're at
recommend
right
it.
now.
The government does recommend it to
No,
people.
it
Stop saying
doesn't.
that. Oh Lord Jesus, help me.
You can look
Um,
up the eligibility requirements. It's not easy to
have.
do. I'm not saying that there wasn't some rogue doctor
There
that
are
thought that he
documented
was giving
cases
good
of the
advice.
government.
It's not just one doctor. It's not just two doctors.
But that to me sounds like a problem with the person
government.
giving the bad advice. Like the law says otherwise, right?
Okay. You know what?
But if the
If it
law
happens
went,
one time, it's one time too many. So it doesn't matter what you're gonna try to say to change it.
There are
if the
loopholes.
if the
Listen,
law
let me
doesn't
put
work
it to you this way.
perfectly, we just scrap it.
Okay, let me just put it to you this way. Okay, during the Rona, okay, we had hospitals here that were just saying that people died of that
Yep.
when they didn't. One of my friends personally, okay, died of cardiac arrest, but they said he died of the virus. Okay, so they could cash in on over $30,000. Okay.
Yep.
Now, was that against the law? Yes, it frickin' was. But do you want to know? They did it. Now this happened tens of thousands, probably way more than that, because hospitals were cashing in on the deaths of people.
So we should just cancel hospitals, though. Then
You-
by
you
your
get
No,
shot
let
and
me
you die
finish my-
from
let me
the
finish
virus.
my-
wait, I have a question.
I'm trying to finish my statement. What I'm trying to explain is that if we know that your VA was trying to recommend that service to veterans, then in the VA, at least here, every single veteran in the VA has a disability rating, which I'm assuming is very similar there, which means that costs money. Okay. If they're recommending it to patients, then they're recommending it to patients. You have 76,000 people.
I
that
don't
use
think you
that service.
understand how the
Doesn't
healthcare.
it cost money to let them
I
sit in
worked
a
in the
bed though,
healthcare system.
or not?
I don't think you
work in the healthcare
understand the
system.
way it works here.
Trust me, I
sorry,
know about the
just
economics of healthcare.
I
and
was
how
just trying
crappy they
I
are.
was trying to finish my
Right, okay.
sentence, and I just didn't want to interrupt. But I don't think you
You
understand
did
how
it
it works here. I can promise you,
Sorry, I
like
I
our
can't
doctors
hear
aren't
what she's
making.
saying. Like I can only hear like you and one other person. So I'm sorry if I'm talking
You
over
have to
you.
leave and come back then. If you can't hear, you'll have to drop down and come right back, Mr. Paramedic. I'll bring you back to it because sometimes that's what happens. It'll cut out.
Let me come back in.
Okay. What I'm trying to explain is patience, okay, within your system. This is how your system works a lot like the VA, for example. Everything is covered for us. So I think of your system as a giant, massive, expensive VA healthcare system. Okay. So every time something happens in the VA system, it's like I consider a loss of a veteran, which is tragic because I've lost friends. They sometimes don't do what they need to do in the VA healthcare system, and that is a loss for them. If it was a veteran who was really injured and really sick and they cost the VA a lot, that is a huge cost to them. Plus whatever they get, they pay that
Okay.
veteran every single month.
I-
Okay.
I can't
Now-
argue with that way it
Okay.
works down there. It
Okay.
doesn't work the same here. That's all
so
I'm
you're
trying to
saying it
explain.
doesn't cost okay, 100% of your stuff up there.
Chill, you gotta let her respond. You're not even letting her respond.
Come
She's
on.
telling me I don't understand, and I'm trying to explain. I flipping get it.
You just explained, and then when she was trying to tell you where you were wrong,
I
she
wasn't
said
finished.
one word and you cut her off.
Because I wasn't done. But that's fine.
Go ahead, then it's okay. I'll just
No,
wait.
go ahead. Tell me what I don't know.
It's just you have to tell me who it is who's going to be making getting the financial benefit in order to influence their decision in this. Because I can tell you, you have to provide some sort of a chain to the person who's going to reap in the reward. Because the financial difference in our overall budget is less than 1%. So we're not making any money. But also, nobody makes money in our healthcare system, like personally. So there's no benefit to the doctor. The doctor gets no benefit by you killing yourself. The doctor still has to go and be a doctor, taking care of patients the next day. It's not like they don't get a bonus. They don't get less work. And there's nobody profiting from this, especially since also the differential is less than 1% if you really wanted to bring it down to money. But I promise you, that's just not how our healthcare system works here. Nobody's profiting from it. I don't understand why the person would get off on trying to tell you to do that when they don't benefit from it.
Okay, so
Hey,
do you know
man.
anything about kickbacks from drug representatives?
We don't have those here.
Exactly, bro. You bring that to America, bro, we gonna depopulate so fast.
Exactly.
We can do
I
that.
believe that. I believe that. We don't allow that.
Shit over here crazy.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
But
The government
Everyone
is
needs a
incented.
C-section. You get a C-section. You get a C-section.
So you're saying
Every
that
need
there is-
a-
every
no, you're
person that
saying
takes that route.
You're saying that there is absolute that the drug representatives, there's nothing 0% for procedures. Kickbacks from
no,
drug
I am telling you
0%.
exactly that. We
Okay.
actually
You're living in a
and the
fantasy
amount of
world if
money
you
I'll
actually
look into
believe
it. I'll
that.
look into it, but I'm telling you, you're telling me that
we have predetermined amounts for different procedures,
Mhm.
and it is paid by the government. We're not allowed to take money from drug
Okay.
companies. We're not
Mhm.
allowed to advertise drug companies the same way as you guys
We
are
are the
either.
only ones who
Oh, no.
advertise.
What you don't seem
Yeah.
to understand is that it's not
We are the
money
weird
on the-
ones.
Hey,
We
no,
we
give
use
me a
all
minute.
generics. We
It's
use
not-
generics for
no,
like.
first of all, it's not all money. See, I
Oh,
work
you
in
just
the
said
field.
kickbacks.
Oh yeah, see,
So
this
what-
one's
what
not- you're
is the-
telling me what I don't know, honey. It's not
And
always
it-
money. Sometimes it's trips. Sometimes it's other things.
Nobody's getting a trip for
I love
giving
it.
somebody a MAID. I'm sorry, that makes no sense.
Hmm,
MAID.
no.
So you're telling me the makers of the drugs that they use in MAID are giving people a kickback for that one-off treatment? I don't know where the money's coming from.
Oh, it's not okay.
Or
When I
or
used to
money or
work- when I
trips
used
or
to work in a
whatever.
clinic, when I used to work in a clinic, I remember the drug reps would come in and they took my doctor on a week.
Yeah, we don't have that here. I know about.
I know you don't have anything. The big pharma just avoids Canada like the plague. But here's what else I mean by budget cuts, so that you understand. All of the patients that you say are so sick, they cost your government money.
So somebody from which level of government is coming down and then telling doctors to tell their patients to choose MAID, and then and then they give them a kickback per person that they get off of the. Can you explain how that happens?
Yes, absolutely, I can. So here's what ends up happening is,
And
let's just say-
again, let me remind you, it's less than 1% of savings budget wise. But anyways.
Okay, so if you've got a patient, let's just say on cancer treatments, I don't think you have any idea how much chemo, radiation, all of that stuff actually costs, including all of the equipment that it takes for all of those treatments. So if you're saying that most of these patients going on MAID, and trust me,
Yeah,
I
over half
actually-
of them are cancer patients. Yes.
Okay, so all of the cancer treatments, it's astounding the amount of money that it costs for those patients. So I don't know, you could pick one, but anyway, let's just say that patient needs 16 weeks of chemo and radiation, okay? And we'll just keep it mid-grade, okay? This is
Let's just say it's $1
literally-
billion. Just take me through where the money, like how the money gets from the doctor that's prescribing MAID.
Your country, okay, is 100%, pays 100% of all of it, okay? And let's just say that this patient might have had two, the cancer came back twice, okay? And it's
No, I'm saying let's make it $1 billion. Just explain how the money gets from A to B.
okay, they don't want to pay it anymore. They don't want to pay it anymore. So it's better for them to say, hey, doc, if you recommend MAID to these patients, especially so if they're like, hey, oncologists, whatever, if this patient, if you recommend these
I
patients to
promise you that's
MAID,
not happening.
I'm sure that you don't understand how referrals work, but hey, if you recommend the
I
sickest or most expensive patients to MAID, then you will have this reward. I don't know what the reward will be or what
it
kickbacks would
doesn't
be for your
exist.
country, but your country is different. I know how it would work in my country, but I don't know how it would work in your country. But there
Get off and redo.
there would easily be, and then there would also be
Next.
kickbacks for the doctors in MAID. And those, I guarantee you, Big Pharma doesn't ignore Canada.
Okay, so I'm sorry. So now it's Big Pharma. So Big Pharma it's the person
No, you're
who's
saying there's no
prescribing. Hold on,
kickbacks.
please. I just have a question. So when you're saying Big Pharma's good a profit, but we're taking them off of the cancer drugs that are really making a lot of money, and we're just giving them a one-off treatment. So who's making like the big profit on that one-off treatment and giving up the money for the cancer drugs?
Well, see, here's the thing is your government doesn't want to pay anymore.
So
Okay.
it's the government, not Big Pharma.
Well, they both want to make money. So how do they both make money? Well,
Well,
Big
not by
Pharma will make money. Listen, Big Pharma will make money on both of them. So if they stay on the chemo, they will make money. They will make money also over when they get the referral to your doctor. I don't know what you call your MAID doctors. I don't know what you call them. The offers. We'll just call them the offers. Okay. Send them over to the offers doctor. Okay. And they will make money also on, on getting the jab. Okay. So when you send your patients over there, all of those drugs, they also.
that none of that happens. I'm just telling you, you're flat out wrong. That does not happen.
Right. Well, doctors also refer to their friends. So the oncologists that are like, listen, we're going to refer you over to the offers doctor, to the MAID doctors, so that you can get your jab. The government, their kickback is the budget cut.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So you're saying, without a doubt, I promise you that doesn't. Have you sat down with every one of these 76,000 people that have taken this and interviewed them before they've done it? How do you know that?
That's absurd. I'm not suggesting.
I know. So the claim you made is absurd. You're absolutely right.
But-
It's a false equivalency.
Okay,
But
hold
what
on.
you're saying is absurd.
Well, that's not what that means, but that's okay. So if I asked you, like, do all of your teachers show up in class on a broomstick? You would say, no, they don't. They don't fly into class on a broomstick. And I would say, well, how do you know? Have you asked every single teacher? Have you asked every single student?
How about
Right?
one?
So you're
That's
assuming.
what you're saying
You're
to me.
assuming.
You're telling.
You're assuming.
How about one?
Not just that. What is the law in Canada? So what is the expected situation for the public to know?
Well, the law is that you're not allowed to be recommended
Exactly.
it. You have
Which
to
we know
ask
is
for it.
false.
You have to. Pardon?
Which we know doesn't happen in all cases. There's
Of course, I cannot promise you that everybody will always follow the law, but the laws are there, and when people break the law, obviously we try
Some
to fix it.
soldiers are where the natives, and some paramedics steal drugs.
Right. But there are
Sorry.
doctors that are recommending people
But
to
okay.
die.
And if that has happened, I'm sure they're investigating it,
There
and they
are
will put a
doctors
stop
in
to it.
America mutilating children for profit. Can we talk about that?
That's a
Yeah, you guys have kind of beat this to death. She's going
Yeah, I
to be
don't think
super principled on something that it doesn't have a defensible point.
I'm just principled, and people should be able to choose what they want to do with their own body
Why do you have to bring the hell? Why is the government bringing that up?
The government doesn't bring it up. It's
People do
goes
what they want with their own body without the government's help.
Yeah, but some people would like to do it with dignity and and in a safe environment.
And if they want to say that is dignity, then that is their idea of dignity, and we do have to respect that, especially when they're 30 years older than the oldest one of us.
Is that Corey?
Look, y'all, let's welcome Steve.
Not when it's being offered to them and they're being forced into it. That's the
What's
point
up,
that we're
Steve?
making.
Nobody,
What up, guys?
obviously,
nobody at all. You know this for a fact.
Obviously, nobody thinks that you should be forced.
Hold on, Lady Mose. I'm gonna let y'all get back to it, but we gotta have some decorum. Steve been waiting for a minute. Let's just welcome Steve.
Oh, hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
What's going
Hey, what's
on?
up, Angel?
Jump
Hey,
in.
what's up next? What's
Let
up,
Lady
Corey?
finish what she was saying, then we'll hear from Steve, so we can get a
Cool.
little over there. In here.
I
think you
I'm-
were
I
responding
think
to
I'm
Mr.
done.
Paramedic. Mr. Paramedic has said something.
Oh well, you said that I can't promise that nobody's being forced into it and blah blah blah, and I agree with you. And nobody wants that, and nobody's advocating for that. That's obviously awful, and that shouldn't happen. But that's not what I'm fighting for here. I'm just fighting for the people to be able to choose when they go.
My whole point is, because you cannot guarantee that it is foolproof, then it shouldn't be an option. If a singular person is put through that, then it's not worth it to me. Period. End of story.
Does that extend to other areas of law and like?
Absolutely. If one person is put to death in America, that's too many, right? Would you agree with that?
No,
I am not a death. I'm against.
I'm pro-death.
I'm against choosing when another person should die across the board.
Exactly, and that is my point.
No,
And,
but I don't want to choose when anybody else dies, and I also don't want anyone to choose when I die.
So there's this built-in mechanism in your body that kind of like shuts off. It's called your heart. Evolution's already solved that problem. Why are we trying to mess? Why are we trying to play God?
Because it's my life. Because I should be free to do what I want with my own
Then do
life.
what you want. Don't bring the entire government and healthcare system into it and leave it open for exploitation.
But that's not up to you.
Let me ask you a question. Let's say there's a person that got in a severe car accident and they're in chronic ass pain and their whole life's just effed
You can
up.
do the whataboutisms all day long. It doesn't matter.
You're gonna force them to live.
Dude, for real. Listen,
That's how we've done it for the last 4,000 years.
You're so crazy, dog.
4,000 years?
That sounds awful.
Crazy.
It sounds so awful, except it wasn't an option until recently, and now we're having a debate about it.
If that ever happens to me, pull the damn plug, yo.
Okay.
That's one thing. Pull the plug. Pull the plug is one thing. End
Can
the
I say
life
something?
is another.
have to take care of me.
I have an
Can I say
actual
something?
question. I have an actual question that's not, kind of combative. I truly want to know, how does insurance handle the chosen death?
What do you mean?
Like, as far as like in America, we have different kind of insurances. We have, accidental. We have.
Oh no. I mean,
how would they have? Would insurance still pay that out as like a natural cause death or what?
I
No,
have
it doesn't.
absolutely no idea. But I know that by the time most of these people are at the end of life. So I don't know. Like we would have to look into it. I'm sure every company, it's insurance is private, right? So they can choose whatever their actuaries tell them makes sense, but it's not a government thing.
Hang on.
I want to
look
respond
at
to what you just said. Most of these people are at the end of the life. The end of life is when you pass away. Doing that prematurely.
No, but I meant in actuarial terms.
Let me ask you another question. So why
Hang on.
Wait. Let me ask one more question. Why do people put down their dogs when their dogs are in pain?
Because, oh my God.
No, you can't.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I can't answer it because it's a dog, not a human. That's a simple answer. And if you equate the two, your opinion on this does not matter.
It's the same.
Okay, well, hold on,
damn
Mr. Paramedic.
concept.
Is it compassionate or no?
Is it compassionate to put down your dog that doesn't have the same
That is in
sentience that a
pain?
human has?
Is it
Hell yeah.
compassionate or no?
Did we
Yes,
not
it's
just talk
compassionate. It's a
about
dog.
how what has
Can
a
I-
soul?
Can I jump in real quick, guys? Hello?
Of
Can you guys hear
course.
me? Okay,
Yes,
so
yeah.
so my name is Steve, and I've been listening to this back and forth. You're talking about euthanasia. That's the term, right? Euthanasia.
Yes, essentially,
Right.
that's
Okay. So
exactly what this
hang
is.
on. I got it. So as far as the law, as far as insurance goes, no. If you commit suicide, generally your insurance policy doesn't pay out. Why? Because the insurance companies make money on that.
Your life insurance.
We're going to call it
shit.
unaliving ourselves so we can keep this live.
Okay. Unalive it. Now, as far as euthanasia goes,
What the fuck?
if it's, I mean, in some places
In
it's
Canada, it's treated as natural death for life insurance purposes.
let me
Just to
finish.
interject.
Let me finish. In the United States, where we are, people have tried it before and they've gotten in trouble for it. So the government hasn't signed on for it yet. But I mean, Corey, I love you, brother, but you go all over the place. On the one hand, you're like, okay, yeah, I want kids to live forever. I want every kid to be born. And then the other hand, you turn around and go, well, I'm happy to let somebody, if they want to kill themselves. A lot of times people want to kill themselves, or people want to unalive themselves because they're having problems. And it's mental, a lot of times it's mental. Hang on, let me finish.
Yeah,
Let me just finish.
About your average thing.
Let me just finish. Let me just finish. And a lot of times it has to do with mental health. And so
No, but,
I mean,
but our law doesn't allow that
can
yet.
I finish?
It's up for
It doesn't.
Let me finish, guys?
Because laws
Please,
fix every problem
let
all
me
the
finish.
time.
Yo, let's
Let
be
me
finished, my
finish.
guys.
Holy mackerel! Now in America, now, I'm a veteran, okay? So and a big problem in our country is suicide. Like I think it was 22 deaths a day since the Iraq War.
It's up to 26 now.
Okay, so 26 deaths every day in America because of post-traumatic stress. And guys, most guys aren't injured. That's the sad part. But it's not like a guy lost his legs, he wants to kill himself. Most of the guys are whole, but they've lost the will to live. So this notion of okaying unaliving yourself is
I'm talking about people that are in so much chronic physical pain. I'm not talking about people that are just.
I understand what you're saying, but the bottom line is, on the other hand, though, fentanyl is a problem. A lot of people maybe are doing that through the use of fentanyl. And then you're all in favor of Donald Trump killing people, claiming he's trying to stop fentanyl. So that doesn't really add up. I mean, there's like you need to sit down and write this out. Hang on, let me finish, bro. Now listen to you. Let me finish. Let me finish, and then you can talk. But the problem is that you have to like write this out or something, dude. Because I mean, Corey, you're great, but you're all over the place with this. But it's not just you, dude.
You're word salading me. Trying to
can I finish, Corey? Corey, I'll finish.
You're the one that's all over the
Corey,
place.
Stop being so offensive. Just listen for a second, please. But the thing is, it's not just you; it's society, and a lot of times it's because we're being fed these different narratives. Okay, so that's one of the problems. As far as like my personal view on it, it's tough. Like I want to keep everyone alive. If you're having thoughts of suicide, no matter what it is, we need more assistance. We need if the government really cared about human life, they would create better ways, more not just suicide hotlines, but ways to help people that are feeling suicidal. If you're at the end of your life and you're ready to commit hospice, like you're saying, like you're 95 years old. And you're in absolute pain, you're suffering, you're dying. Those are not just rare cases, but I think we need to figure out something better for people like that. Because I do understand what you're saying, but on the other hand,
people might think that that's better, though. That's the context. It is only the elderly, mostly.
Yeah.
And
so then the thing is,
only half of it is
I'm almost finished, guys.
Elderly.
I'm almost finished, but we're not in the place in this country where we can even discuss this yet, because we have in office right now a guy that's just looking out for himself, and he's giving these mixed signals. On the one hand, fentanyl is killing people, we have to stop that. On the other hand, this, that, and the other. We as a country have to figure this out. And as far as legislation goes, I think we are 100 years away from having euthanasia as a possible way to help people like that. So.
I agree that like you guys have one of the highest suicide rates, and we're not talking necessarily about we're not talking about people with a poor quality of life that could potentially improve. We're talking about just critically like end of life cases, illness that is going to result in death and pain in the foreseeable future. It's rare cases.
That's not.
Hey! Did you just throw shade on the U.S. of A?
No. Listen to what she's saying.
Veterans. They were recommending it to their Canadian veterans.
Who was?
She said we check out more than they
if
do.
You don't know what's going on, don't just throw words into the thing. It's confusing.
I can't argue an anecdote. I'm trying to tell you what the law is, what the program actually does. I can't argue some anecdote that I like.
Anecdotes are a part of life. You can't just discount anecdotes because it doesn't fit your definition of what's going on.
Because somebody goes rogue.
You have to give the anecdote its worth, though. You cannot overstate the anecdote.
Anecdote, not antidotes.
But no, I'm not saying that didn't happen, but I'm saying the program, that's not what the program is. So, like, if I'm supporting MAID, the program, the way it's supposed to run, I'm not supporting it the way some person decided to go rogue and do it. I don't support that.
The
could find nothing
mechanism to
online that
go rogue
supports
wouldn't
that.
be there if the option wasn't there.
Thank
I
you.
could find nothing online that supported that. In Canada they're trying to encourage people to kill themselves. There's nothing online that even
Look
Yeah,
talks
up
about
it's
that.
VA.
totally
Look
against the
up
rules.
VA, Canadian VA MAID controversy. Just look that up. Like you need to be
I'm
specific because stuff like people that
okay. But can you agree that I'm not supporting that? That's not the program. The program, the way it's supposed to be, it is what I'm supporting. I'm not
so when
supporting the way
there's
that
this
happens.
thing called unintended consequences, and every time the
You don't
government
need to be
tries to
condescending. I'm familiar with the term, thank you, but that's not what we're discussing. There are
that
always
is
unextended.
what we're discussing. You're just glossing over it and being
Yes.
No,
condescending as if we don't know what we're talking about. That's
but
what I'm
I'm
trying to
saying
get
I
through your
support the
head.
program. I support the
Cool,
program.
you can and I can say that the program has unintended consequences, and I think those unintended consequences are unethical. And using that as a
But I
vehicle,
understand that. And you're
can you
saying
stop? Can you stop?
That's
Can
your
anybody
theory,
finish but you?
paramedic,
We get
based
what
on
your
your
opinion is.
anecdotal evidence. Anecdotal?
Anecdotal.
Anunnaki?
Anecdotal.
The
Anunnaki.
Anunnaki.
Anunnaki. But so like anecdotal as evidence, everybody loves to push it off like, oh yeah, no, that's just one case. It doesn't matter. One case of somebody that has that option given to them is too many cases. It should be 100% a positive affirmation of I want to do this. I know this program exists.
I agree.
But when you enter a vehicle like that, a way to do that, it can be abused. And I think that the abuse, one person that is talked into it, that whatever, one singular person outweighs the
But you
76,000, in
just
my
said
opinion.
it
Okay,
should be.
Let's talk about the Medicaid
One
fraud
second.
and the mutilated children.
All right, hold on 1 second.
Yeah, I mean, I'm over this.
Okay, 1 second. I'm the other chat is saying to you, Mr. Paramedic, that doesn't Washington State have MAID? So what are you talking
No,
about?
Washington State does not have MAID. Washington State has a comfort care program in which you can be sedated and you can be comfortable for the last days and weeks and months of your life so that you can experience life until the good Lord takes you home. That's like the ethical thing that we
Yeah,
have
we have
agreed
that
on
too.
as humans.
We
What?
don't all agree that the Lord exists, though. So, like,
Okay, either way, dude. Like, are you just throwing things in there just to
Yes.
throw things in there?
No, because
Yeah,
I
No,
agree
no,
with
that's
that.
you
I've
don't
been saying
decide
that the
what
whole time.
everybody's world
Your
is.
idea
That
of
is
ethics is not
important.
absolute.
My opinion is not absolute. Like,
No,
so
that's not what I said.
before MAID was introduced in 2016, what program existed in Canada for this to happen? This is a
It
new
was.
phenomenon and should be criticized as a new phenomenon until it can be flushed out.
We
If
are.
you're
We
so
are.
comfortable with the program, you should be open to criticism of
I.
it.
I think I am.
You're very defensive of it,
Yeah.
She
which
came on
kind of
here for the
scares me.
smoke, bro.
Because you're not listening to her. She actually lives in Canada. She knows what the program is, and you keep denying
I
what
don't
she
have to
tells
live
you.
in Canada to know that killing people is bad.
Okay.
What kind of statement? Are you
I'm not
drunk?
advocating for that.
It's
I'm
not
advocating for
killing
people making
people.
their
It's
own
letting people
decision.
that are
What is it? What is
chronically
it? What is
ill,
it? If it's not killing people, what is it?
letting them pass peacefully.
No, letting
And
them
they're
pass. Letting them pass
uh,
is a
But
biological
when they
thing.
choose,
you
when they
don't. You're not
choose,
the god of logic, bro.
Oh boy,
What?
Corey.
when
You're
they
not.
choose, why can't I choose
So
when I want to go?
you
Well, you can
can.
take that up with
Okay,
the
so they
Lord.
wanted
So
me
you're
to
recommending
all right, 1
I do
second.
it myself.
They wanted me to read this. They dropped it. They said, medical aid in dying MAID in Washington State. Medical aid in dying MAID is the legal end of life option in Washington State enacted through the Death with Dignity Act, DWDA, in 2008. It allows terminally ill adults who meet strict criteria to request administered life-ending medication. The key eligibility requirements include being 18 years of older, being a resident of Washington State, having a terminal illness with a prognosis of 6 months or less, being mentally competent to make informed decisions, being able to self-ingest the medication via oral, NG tube, or rectal route. MAID is available to 22% of the U.S. population, and Washington is one of the 11 states and District of Columbia where it is
Must be a
legal.
Washington resident.
The law was updated in 2023 to improve access, including allowing advanced practice registered nurses and physician assistants to participate in the process. So that's the fact.
AR&Ps can do this?
You have to get
Jesus
approved for it
Christ.
first.
Fake news. Fake news.
No, it's not fake news. It's absolutely real.
No,
So the difference
that's a
is
person who can
the difference is you have to administer it to yourself. You don't get an injection. They don't
Yeah,
start an IV
yeah.
on you.
That does make it feel a little bit better on me too.
It
Like,
like
that makes
literally
more
like
sense.
that simple act that changes things a little bit for me, because I was even willing to say maybe if we gave people the knowledge and the know-how to do it themselves safely and made people medically literate, I might go for that. I might go for that.
That
I mean,
sounds
I don't.
potato though.
Yeah,
But
we have
yeah,
that.
in my
Yeah.
opinion, it's a lot easier to give the lady the pill and then walk out of the room instead of injecting the lady yourself,
second,
knowing
Chad.
that
We
Yeah,
you're
got
you
a
doing
can
that.
super
you
chat.
can do
That's
that.
better for the doctor. It's the
Hold
same
on,
for the
Chad.
lady. It's better
Hold
for the
on.
doctor.
We got a super chat. A-Dub says, I'll say what they did to my friend. A-Dub, you can click the link on the post and come up to the stage and tell us what you did to your friend, or you can type it in the chat. Thanks for the super chat, A-Dub. Go ahead.
Hey, that might sound like incriminated evidence. Don't do that though, man. I don't even know how deep this YouTube stuff goes if you're talking about what I think you're talking about.
Man,
What the hell's going on?
but no, I mean, it's a little bit different in when
I
you're
OD'd my
doing.
dog. My dog I ran over and it got infected. I gave him a bunch of pills.
Bro,
I mean, that is a dog. That is not a human. I look at dogs differently than I look at humans.
You gave him like what kind of pill?
I'm not responding to you. I'm responding to the homie on the super chat.
Oh, tracking.
Wait, what? That's crazy.
And that didn't look very peaceful. I'm pretty sure they were feeling good, but their bodies started convulsing and all that. It didn't look pretty.
You say a dog's a dog, but have you ever had a golden retriever, bro? Those dogs have a soul. You can't tell me otherwise.
I mean, that's your opinion, but the facts of the matter are that a dog can't talk. A dog can't talk to you.
They got a personality. They got a soul. They got
Yes.
feelings.
In order to have a personality, you have to be a person. That's literally what the word means.
Oh, my
I
Lord.
love all of my animals.
Okay,
I love
my
all
two
of my
dogs
animals,
beside
but
me
all I can say
entered the chat.
even though I love my animals, like they're like my kids, just seeing the compassion core that you have for animals over human life is kind of astonishing.
No, I just don't think. Oh, it's a dog. My life's worth more than a dog, so it's okay to put a dog down. But my life is worth so much. I don't think like that.
I
Yeah,
don't know,
Corey's saying compassion for both. Compassion for the dog
I
that's alive
absolutely
and
have
for the person.
compassion for both. What I'm saying is that even when like my cat Angel died a year and a half ago, and I could not get him help. Right. So it took 5.5 hours for him to pass away. And all I could do was hold him. His legs were paralyzed first, and then his left arm, eventually his left eye. And all I could do while he was in pain was hold him and comfort him and
If
do
you
certain
could have
things.
helped him pass sooner and painlessly, would you have?
If I could have gotten him help, sure, I would have gone to get him help. But you know what? Here's the thing. Here is the whole point of this whole conversation is sometimes in life, You just have to get through it. And while
Grandma
I was
does
these
not
are
deserve the same
terminal
grace
patients.
as your cat.
while I was on the floor with him, he looked back and he looked me in the eye, and it was like a thank you, and he took his last
I'm
breath.
glad that was good for you, but we don't
No,
know how the
what I'm
experience
saying-
was on the other end there. And these aren't people that can get through it. These are
You're
terminal
right.
patients.
And if my grandmother asked for that
passing-
grace, I am giving her that grace.
Yes.
If she
Yes.
begs, my grandmother asked me for the same grace that you think your cat wanted,
Oh my
the
goodness.
grandma's more important than the cat.
Oh my
Ab-
gosh.
yeah,
Oh
Oh
absolutely.
my gosh. All I'm saying is we were talking about a dog. So I was keeping it that and that thing. What I'm telling you is sometimes when you make that permanent decision, okay, there is a consequence spiritually to that because you have
That's
a
okay.
soul.
You feel that way. You feel that way. Not everyone
Read the
else
Bible,
does.
It's in there.
But no, okay, but that's irrelevant, like to other
It's
people.
not really.
To other people. So you can make that decision for you and your soul, but somebody else should be able to make the decision for
There's
themselves.
a lot of things in the Bible.
There's a lot. And guess
I
what?
don't know why that's relevant though,
Well,
because
it is
you
relevant.
can find.
I'm
you
trying
can
to flip the
choose
conversation.
Bible
I
for
don't even like
yourself.
religion, but I'm down.
We need to have the conversation.
No, but
I'm down,
but
Teddy.
don't like. Where's the
You
freedom?
guys have gone on like 2.5 hours on this one conversation
it's
that
light.
started with but we're not getting anywhere with it. It's literally just going to be, I think people should die if they want to die, and I don't
Yes,
think people
I'm
should
pro
die.
freedom. I think people should be free to do what they want with their bodies.
To get off the Canadian government's roster so they can stop paying for their health care. I know, I get it.
That's really insulting, but feel
You can be
free to look
insulted.
into it
That's
more.
how it looks and
We're
perception is
American,
reality.
baby. That's
I
how we
understand that you feel
roll.
that way. I can send you some information if you're interested.
We can find the information. We probably have more access to it than you anyway, because they block it. They
But
block your
okay,
crap.
can you please name one thing that is blocked for me? Because you mentioned that earlier, and I
yes.
don't know.
Yeah, hey, time out. You think that our internet isn't blocked?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly.
But the restrictions that the Canadian government puts on its
Can you
own
please name one
citizens-
thing that I don't have access to? I would love
Oh,
to
yeah.
just dispel this
Actually,
right
your
away.
First of all, your maps are blocked. The reason that you can't go into
What?
the woods is
What?
blocked. The reason that they want to keep you out of that, the reason that they're killing all your animals is blocked. The
Oh.
reason,
Okay,
yeah.
no, please tell me one thing that's blocked because I will access it and send you a screenshot because that's I don't know where you've heard
understand
that.
why you can't go in the woods? Do you know
Why I
why?
can't go in the woods?
Because of the Wendigos.
What?
Bigfoot.
What do you mean
They
I
don't-
can't go in the woods?
Yeah, the reason that they told you guys that they didn't want you in the woods.
Sasquatch.
I literally will go into the woods right now. What are you
Bro,
talking about?
I think Canadians are really good with the hunting. I think that's like their
Oh,
thing.
no, that wasn't it. They actually put out, I mean, I saw it in your parliament. Did you not even see it? Was that blocked?
Please,
watched it.
please tell me. We are allowed to go wherever. Like
Oh, I'm
it's
sure you are.
you have to. Like this is
awesome.
crazy because like I don't know how to argue this when you don't give me any information, but I can
I
guarantee
just
you,
told you.
I'm not
I
restricted.
watched in your parliament when they put a restriction on. They didn't want you guys.
Hey,
walking
Lady
through the
Bones, just
woods.
stay away from our oil wells, okay?
Yeah, no problem,
I
no
I
problem.
even followed when they started restricting all the
See,
birds, and then they
so
slaughtered all
why-
your birds.
Sorry,
And-
hold on. Why? Well, okay. You mean because
The
of the
ostriches?
avian flu? I mean,
It's
I don't know
not
if you
the
want to
avian
talk
flu.
about
It
that
was
with your
not the
country and
avian
our country,
flu.
but
It
but
wasn't
please
the avian
please
flu.
tell me why I'm restricted from
I got a
the
question
woods.
for Lady
Oh yeah,
Bones.
they actually don't want the populace going too far away from the cities.
Okay, so sorry, what's the restriction though? Like the woods, or is it like
in
is
the
there a
forest.
perimeter?
They do
Yeah,
not have roads in the woods, and that's a problem.
No,
Okay, you need a 7-Eleven in the woods at all times.
I don't know. Even if I sent you the link, I don't know if you'd be able to open it.
I can't guarantee you I would be able to open it. I'd love to show you that.
Okey-dokey.
Please.
All
Do
right.
do you like hockey?
What's
Lady
really
Bones?
interesting is I have friends, and I even follow some people that live in Canada, and they have to come down here to film their things because they can't post their YouTube videos in your country.
Oh my lord.
I know.
Okay, I
It's
just
hard.
can you explain like one thing at a time here? I'm happy to like but you have to finish them. You can't just throw out like these
Okay,
half.
I talked about
The
you said it
woods.
was the
Where are the
avian flu. I
woods?
told you it wasn't the avian flu. The birds were fine. All the tests came back
Where?
normal.
Okay,
No,
okay.
nothing.
Where are the woods? Where's my perimeter? Why can't I
They
go?
said
What happens
they
if I go
said
there?
in Canada that you'd be arrested if you went into the woods,
Are
and
okay?
it was from Parliament.
That is insane. Number
Okay, there's a
one,
video. It
how
was
do?
in Parliament. Maybe you got blocked. I watched it because it was
But
asinine.
why would they block me from apparently what they want us to follow?
Honey,
If
it
this is
was
a law they want me to
Hey,
follow, wouldn't they
Shelly,
want to
give us
tell
a
me?
key word. Give us a key word. I'll Google it because that sounds kind of
Yeah,
interesting. Whatever you're
it
talking about,
was.
if you
Just
know a
ask.
key word
Don't
about
you think I
anything.
would know if I wasn't allowed to go in the woods and I was
No,
going to get
honey, because they're
arrested? That's
restricting your shit.
Hold on one
but
second.
how can there be?
What the hell are we even? All right, what is going on?
Yeah, what
Yeah,
are
I
we
would just
talking
Google.
about
I
right
would just
now?
Figure
What are we
Google.
out
talking
what
about?
Hey
Avian
man, we just
flu.
hating on Canada right now. That's what's
Oh
going
yeah, I
on,
love to hate
man.
on. I
I
love to
would
hate
just
on Canada.
Google.
Canada's
I
ass.
I'm
don't remember the
about
name of
that.
it.
I'm about that. I'm about that.
Yeah, I would just Google
Canada's
like
We
Canadian
don't
ass.
talk like
Parliament
that.
forest
You
You
have
send me
said
some
that like
snow and we're
1,000
good. I've been
times.
waiting for the
I'm
snow
sorry.
day.
I'm
restricting
sorry.
Canadian
You have said a
Parliament.
boot like 500 times.
Yeah,
Maybe
the
that.
Oilers or the Maple Leafs?
Neither. Canucks. But you guys can send me some snow, please. I'll take some snow anytime because I haven't seen any this year.
What? Take your fucking
What?
snow back.
For real?
What?
All
We
right,
haven't had any snow.
hold on.
I would love to see some snow.
We're over here in 2 feet of snow, and you haven't
I
had
know.
any
I would
snow all
love
year.
some. Send it
All
over.
right, listen, chat. We gotta get
Come
back
get
on
it.
topic. Mama Money, what you how you doing, Mama Money? Everybody double tap the screen, shut a live out. A-Dub, I see you trying to join the panel. You said that it was trying to make you pay members. No, that means you were watching a video or a live. You have to click on post and go down, and it'll say join the debate now. You have to go to post. You somewhere on the wrong place. But yeah, they said we've been going in this conversation forever. So if we want to, we're gonna bring A-Dub to the stage. He said he wants to share his story about what happened to him regarding this Maze situation, and then we can change the conversation because we have been on this for 2 hours.
It's been beat.
Hello?
Hola.
Hello?
Hey,
I do.
Why can't they hear me?
I can hear you.
Hello?
We can definitely hear you. You're here. You're on.
We hear you.
Why
You
can't
might
they?
not be able to hear us. Oh no.
A-Dub, you had the floor. We waiting on you. A-Dub.
Things might be muted for him.
Yeah, it did that to me earlier where I couldn't hear Lady, and like I could hear other people. So I don't know.
Now you're trying to get back to that. Hey, Mr. Paramedic.
No, like I literally could not hear you. I had to come out.
No,
and
no,
come
I'm
back.
just joking. I'm just joking.
A-Dub,
I
I'm
feel
gonna
like
have to put you
an a-hole.
backstage. A-Dub, you gonna have to
I don't know
leave
what
and
the
come
fuck.
back. A-Dub, I don't know. You got A-Dub. Can you hear me?
Oh,
Nat,
yes,
can you
I
hear
don't
me?
know how to work this shit.
A-Dub, we hear you.
We hear you. We hear you.
I don't know how to work this shit.
We hear you.
You're working it,
A-Dub on
buddy.
the boomer
Type
time,
in
bro.
the chat that you can hear him. Type in the chat that you can hear him. Somebody. Maybe he'll see it and then be like, "Oh, I'll just talk then."
I don't know, man. Just keep the convo going while A-Dub get that together.
But no, it's a common thing on StreamYard. Like I'll randomly just not be able to hear one person on the panel. And I'm like, what in the world?
What's the next thing on the menu, man? We can go back to the gun rights. Yeah.
I don't know what hornet's nest I just kicked, but
No, and I think we'll all be on the same page with that one. Except for
we can hear
Miss
you,
Canada.
A-Dub. If you come back, A-Dub, we could hear you. We just didn't know you couldn't hear us. Go ahead though. Y'all can start the convo.
Gun rights?
Gun rights. Say something.
Full auto should be legal.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
the NFA is illegal. It's unconstitutional.
I don't know about all that, but the
probably
vertical
not.
stock. What's up with the vertical stock?
The vertical.
Why
foregrip,
not?
you mean? There's
Like
no
that.
such thing as a vertical stock.
What?
There's no such thing as a vertical stock. A stock's on the
Okay,
end
not
of
the
the letter.
stock. The whatever you call it. The thing with your hand. You know what I'm talking about. Then correct me. Correct me. Don't tell me I'm incorrect.
The foregrip.
The vertical foregrip, I guess, but it's not a foregrip if it's vertical.
The thing that make a pistol a rifle.
Yeah, you can't have
yeah.
you can't have a vertical grip on anything lower than 16 inches. It can't be on an AR pistol. It can't be on anything like that.
Oh, so if it's bigger than 16 inches, federally at least you can.
Yeah, you can put on an AR, but you can't put on an ARP.
Unless you're in California, then you can't have an AR anyway.
Then why haven't I seen a vertical either way?
Because some people
okay, that's a little bit more
guys
fair
are
to me.
able
I
to
didn't
hear
even
me,
know
but I
that. I'm
can't
not
hear
really
you.
much of a gun enthusiast, but that was the one thing that was always weird to me. And if that's true,
Yeah,
that clears up a lot.
It's backwards. It's so stupid. We can put any type of
Hey,
foregrip
Doug,
on
we can hear
the ARP.
you.
How can I hear you guys?
Hey, Doug,
Hard
we
to
can
work.
hear you.
Well, if you can hear me, my friend wasn't even close to dead. He had an incident with fentanyl. He went numb in his left arm, and he had a little bit of trouble talking. When I heard that they allowed him to kill himself, I thought he was going to be on death's door with like months to live. He was just inconvenienced. He could be living as long as anyone else, just with some disabilities.
And that was in Canada?
Nope, Washington. I think
I'm so sorry.
I think it was Washington that happened because he brought up Washington.
Oh.
Fentanyl will make you want to do that.
Nah, I ain't with that one.
That's shit. I mean,
that sounds like assisted murder.
Well, that's the whole point. That's the whole
If
point.
you get that shit,
So sorry.
that shit'll make you want to do it though. So I understand. It's still sad.
It's intoxicated. You can't just grab somebody and do that for them.
Nobody can hear you, Corey. Well, it sounds like you in another fucking room on the damn mic.
He's yelling from across the house.
Damn, bro. All right, chat. A-Dub, if you have more to say, you can come back. But I know if there was a mic drop moment, then there was just a mic drop moment, man. I'm sorry for your loss.
Me too, as well. That is not how.
Yeah, I completely understand why he would butt out on that. If he just wanted to download that to us, yeah, that's pretty.
He probably just didn't want a whole bunch of people pushing back on him and trying to say whataboutisms. That's pretty personal.
No, yeah, I'm just so sorry. So awful.
Did you change your picture? Oh, look at the doggy.
Nah, personally, fuck that doctor.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree with that one because, bro, you better be on death's door. Like that's my only thing.
Yeah.
If you're on death's door, then I can't be mad at you.
Like I'm on.
And then especially if they're just giving you a bill and walking away.
I'll be honest.
Have you ever seen a fentanyl addict on the street? They kind of are.
Yes.
Door.
That is irrelevant. That is completely irrelevant.
They kind of are though.
Jail can fix that. Jail can fix that, bro.
But here's the problem with the United States and why these programs are going to be awful in the United States. Because kind of what I was talking to Lady Bones about earlier is that here, though, kickbacks and big pharma and corruption in the crap, it exists. And if the doctors have in any way, any kind of get incentivized, then the corruption will exist.
I'm with you. That's scary.
And in Washington State in particular, I mean, I really believe, like in Seattle, for example, especially, they made drugs legal, and I really believe
they didn't make them legal. They decriminalized them. It's the same thing, but
okay. Well, they decriminalized them, and I believe it's like a test. They're like testing out a theory. They're like, well, let's see what happens.
The theory was tested out in Amsterdam like 40 years ago, and it worked out kind of great.
The theory was tested out in Portugal as well and in Canada.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me finish. Whoo! They're doing it here. And I believe the reason that they're doing it here and they started there is because certain drugs that they could profit off of and certain political what is it? What word am I trying to find? They were trying to get certain political things going, and they needed something to try, and that's what they tried, and that is why they flood in the
Wait,
things
sorry,
that
how do
these
they
addicts
profit?
need. Hang on, the things that they need, like
Oh, this
honestly,
America
they'll
lady, they
get
profit.
they'll get needles. The government will provide needles in the streets. They'll provide everything.
Those needles will be $20.
No, they don't.
No,
Do
no,
you
no, no,
want
no,
pe-
no, 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 no.
But
Stop.
It's
I'm
Stop.
better
Stop.
than
It's
Stop.
free.
Stop.
people
Stop.
sharing dirty
Hold on.
needles,
Because I live in the state of
I
Washington.
know.
I go through Seattle all the time. The risk reduction, I agree
Mhm.
with risk reduction.
Mhm.
I do not agree with risk reduction as a taxpayer funded entity because I'm not supposed to be paying for somebody else's screw ups in life. But risk reduction as a program, I agree with because our healthcare system is already inundated. The last thing we need is more people with sepsis because they get dirty needles or whatever. I mean,
But
take it
it's
however
not
you want.
just no, it's not just
But
the
she
needles.
just
But no, it's not just the needles that they were providing. Suddenly, more drugs were coming in, and everything was being funneled in. I
Yes,
don't
that's
believe
wait.
that's
What?
because
I
of
don't.
the
be-
decriminalization.
I thought we were talking
What
about
does that have to do with?
guns.
Yeah, what does that
What
have to do with
happens if
decriminalization?
Okay, because they decriminalized. Okay, so people can't be prosecuted for drugs in the
Yeah, but
in
so how does Big Pharma benefit from that? We're
okay.
talking street drugs, not.
Okay, yes. Okay, so what happens when people, for example, let's just say somebody ODs and they go to the hospital. What do you need when you go to the hospital? Oh, okay, Narcan. Who owns Narcan?
No,
Big Pharma, right?
but that doesn't have anything
You
to do
asked
with.
me a question, let me answer. So Big
Don't
Pharma
yeah.
owns Narcan, right? Okay, so what happens when EMS, when Mr. Paramedic has to go out, and he has to go out because you got an OD or you got something like that, and then they get treated with
I
what?
understand, but how
No,
is that different?
How
Like,
is it different than what?
When
so
you
yeah,
increase the need for medicine because you increase the mortality of the population, Big Pharma makes more money because Big Pharma supplies the solution to the problem that they cause.
So I don't talk to me like an idiot just because I'm asking a question.
Don't ask leading questions.
What? Don't ask. I genuinely
I think she
wanted
was,
to. Yeah, I
So
genuinely wanted to understand.
What's your solution? What's your solution to it then? Just throw everyone in prison that's on fentanyl? What do you want to do?
You either get them
I mean,
help
that's
or
a option.
you don't decriminalize crime. First of all,
I don't
So
think I
But
Big
it's drugs are
Pharma
crime. It's drugs are crime,
decriminalized.
though.
I don't consider people that
These
are hooked
drugs
on
are.
something a criminal though. That's just me.
I believe the
Mine are,
creation of the
Corey.
black market has destroyed our neighborhoods, our communities, and our culture in the last 50 years way more than heroin ever has in the society of humanity. That I will stand on that. I will die on that very passionately because a lot of people growing up fatherless. And the only reason why we got the war on drugs is because the black people got free. Pretty freaking much.
The only reason there's a
bunch of
war
other
on
things
drugs
that are
was
just-
the only reason there was a war on drugs was to make it so black people in America could not vote and could not own firearms. They could not have civil rights the same way. That's the only reason. It wasn't to reduce crime. It wasn't to do any of these things. It was simply to segregate.
It was to destroy Black Wall Street. At least that's the American story. That is the reality of it. Our presidents have done said it. Nixon has done said it. He got caught saying it. That is what he did. The war on drugs, and then DARE is a whole pyramid scheme. You should just look up DARE. The Herbalife creator was the leader of DARE. That is a true story.
And McGruff. Did you guys have McGruff too?
McGrath,
the police dog or McGrath?
Yes.
Police dog,
bro, he was cute.
Such a great.
That's getting kicked back. That's waste, fraud, and abuse was there.
Absolutely.
That's all that was 100%. And they already
Bro, did you ever
proven
have the
that it
cool
wouldn't
cop
work,
cars?
and then they still implemented it.
Did you ever have the cool cop cars that they stole from the drug dealers, that they seized from the drug dealers and turned into cop cars? You had like Monte Carlos and freaking Corvettes and shit. And,
all right, but listen.
Somebody said Nova Scotia banned people from going to the woods in the other chat. I don't know how true that is.
What?
Okay.
Well,
I
I mean,
will.
listen, they're preparing for like, well, I mean, you don't really want to hear it, but they're preparing for
I
a
didn't
system
say
that's
that.
coming, okay, which
I
you
would
guys
like
will
to hear it.
eventually
I just
see.
need things
Okay,
back.
okay. So listen, there is a system coming, okay? We as believers know it as the beast system, okay, which is digital ID will ultimately come in. There will be no currency. You'll not be able to buy, sell, or trade, okay? And then when that happens, the reason that they also want smart cities, okay, that's another reason why they don't want people in the woods. They don't want people in rural cities. That's why they're going to poison our
Okay,
water
so I
here.
just looked it up. Do you want me to just quickly tell you that woods thing? That it's not like it's not a permanent ban. It's just like a hey, during fire season, we need you to avoid the wildfire areas because it was like a tinderbox, and
Right.
it's like over. It's done. So
And
it was a
just
safety thing.
okay,
People who
got
give
it.
up freedom for security deserve neither.
Right.
And we are
just so you know,
definitely
just so you
AI
know,
capital, though,
and just so you know, you can
Shelly.
take this, huh?
We are AI capital. We
No,
can't do
I
anything
know we
without it.
are
We are
now.
not allowed to.
Listen,
We are definitely not allowed to step out of having any ID or getting away from these Palantir cameras that are up on every single corner, every 5 miles on this highway that I'm driving on. Like,
let me
we
finish
are
explaining
what
this
you're
to her.
scared of. We already are there. We
No,
are trying to copy and paste Israel.
Listen, let me explain this to her. Finish. So when the smart cities are implemented, okay, the reason is if you think that that woods thing is not coming back, it will, because more fires are going to come. More fires are going to come because they're going to start them, allegedly for okay, because they can, and don't think that they haven't done it here because they have allegedly. Okay. Now, what I'm going to explain is the smart cities they don't want anyone outside of them because they can't control them. Okay. It's all a system that's going to come to fruition.
Do you know what Nova
everywhere.
Scotia is like?
Okay.
Do you know what the ADL is?
Listen. It's a plan. It's all Book of Revelation.
No, it's all American ingenuity.
No, it's not.
Like,
no,
we here.
No. It's not. It's not, because we didn't exist when this was written. Okay, there's no way. Like, people can say they don't believe in the Bible. That's your choice. Remember, you have choices. But what's in the Word of God that's coming to fruition now, it's all there, which is how, 5, 6, 7 years ago when some of this stuff started taking place. Well, now all of this stuff is in order now. Okay. So the smart cities, 15-minute cities, they don't want you outside of those 15-minute cities. I give it another 10
There
years.
isn't a single 15-minute city in Nova Scotia. That's my point.
Not yet, honey. I'm trying to explain this
Can
to
you
you.
do not
It's what it's coming.
do the condescending thing? I'm listening to you.
I'm trying to actually be calm. I'm not being condescending. I'm really
actually,
trying
no,
to tell
hold
you
on.
something.
Let me
I'm really
pause
trying
you
to
real
tell
quick.
you something
Hold
from
on,
the bottom
hold
of my
on.
heart. Please.
Hold
I'm
on.
trying to tell you something from the bottom of my heart.
Hold on.
of
Give me
what- what is
give me
coming.
1 second. Hold on.
It's what's coming.
When you tell people not to be condescending to you and then you interrupt them mid-sentence, it's really hard to take you seriously if every single time someone starts talking you drop the axe on them. Like, that's why people get like that. I've even noticed. I haven't been talking for a whole lot, but I've noticed, like, I'll start talking and midway through it you have something to refute. You cannot wait until someone finishes talking because you're jumping up, and that leads people to treat you that way, unbeknownst to them. It's a subconscious thing. So if you don't want to be treated like that, don't interrupt people.
I don't control the way she wants to speak with me. That's fine. I just asked her if she wouldn't mind. It's up to her whether she wants to listen.
Right, and it's all. And I'm telling you why it's happening.
But thank you for the advice. Continue.
Okay, all I was trying to say is that these cities are being implemented to control the populace, not only in the U.S.
I just got to do it one time just for fun. Look, man, Canadians are very polite.
Okay.
Apparently not.
Okay, it's going to happen in every country. And ultimately, everything within the system will be linked together. It'll be linked. So it won't just be like everything in Canada and all of your digital IDs will be linked and everything like with you. Not only will they have like your face and your fingerprints, then your medical records will be linked. So they'll have your DNA, they'll have everything. Let's just say you have retirement, all of your bank accounts, everything that you thought was separate. Let's just
I'm
say you have
familiar with
Bitcoin.
this, but I just don't know how it gets to the. No, you're trying to explain something to me. I just wanted to say I don't know how this gets to the wood, the fire ban. Can
Control.
you connect those?
It comes to control. So
Yeah.
basically,
How much control can you
everything
implement
here
on
it is.
people?
So everything down to your DNA is linked to that digital ID. Everything is linked down to that digital ID. And let's just say one day they put down, we're going to have a fire ban. And the reason that they're going to have a fire ban is because they know what they're about to do. Okay. But you're just like, you know what? I'm an independent woman. I'm going to take my cute little pup and I'm going to go walking out in that woods. But they have systems in place where they can just scan your face and they know you're out there. Now, not only
There's
will you
actually a
be fined,
company.
hang on, not only will you be fined and arrested, you won't be able, this is eventually
No,
when the
listen, man, this
system,
is all theory. I don't like going
No,
down
it's
this road.
not.
This
It's
is
not
it's
theory.
not.
no,
The
this
company's
is
name.
all hypothetical theory.
No, it
It's
is not.
in China
There is
I
a name of
understand
the
that
company.
this is our fear.
already. It's in China
It's
already.
the name of
It's
the
in
company is
Israel or it's
Flock.
in America already.
No, it's
The
not.
name of the
Yes, it
company is
is.
Flock.
No.
FLOCK.
Okay.
Look up
There's so
Flock.
many
Palantir.
different names.
All right.
It's not even
Palantir.
about the names of the company. It's about the implementation
I'm glad
of
that I
that
can't finish.
technology.
I'm so
It's
glad I
being
can't finish.
implemented
You
all
can't
across
hold
the
it
country
together.
right now.
All
I
right.
believe you on that, but this is
Then
not
just
a.
let me finish. I'm
You
trying
can't go
to
to
tell
Nova
her
Scotia
something.
because they're trying to take over the universe.
Listen, just give me a second. I'm almost finished. So basically, you go out in the woods. Not only will they arrest you, if they decide to fine you, they will pull the funds directly from your account. You won't be able to appeal.
Where is
when
this
the
happening right now?
This China.
It is happening in China.
Because you go in the woods, they'll pull the funds from you. You know they do Tai Chi in the parks, right?
So much so
Bro,
that if you get a
goddamn.
speeding
Don't
ticket,
be
they
ignorant.
pull it directly from your account.
Okay,
That's
so
in
real
China.
quick, everything that
Absolutely,
she's
unequivocally.
everything she's saying is true about China. It's been in place for a while. Palantir is going to be doing it here, but definitely I would like to say, Lady Bones, thank you for your patience because I'll be honest, the Americans are not well educated. We believe conspiracy everywhere, even though it's happening here. It is going to happen here, but I don't think that the fire alerts have anything to do with that in Nova Scotia. Number one, this is the most important thing. Twitter, right? Twitter got bought up by Elon Musk so that he could control it and he could make it right wing. The same thing just happened with TikTok. TikTok is now owned by Larry Ellison, and on Facebook it's already happened. All those guys bowed down to Trump. So the United States has by far the most censorship in any place except for maybe China or Iran. We just don't realize it because we think that we're free, but we're not. It's just an illusion here.
Steve, why
Yeah,
was
go ahead.
Twitter bought? Why was Twitter bought?
Twitter was bought by Elon Musk because he wanted to have a platform where he could control things and he could get rid of two things: Black Twitter and the left. Because he believed that in the last that previous election that that Biden won because of Twitter. That's what he believed. And so I mean he talks about it openly. And who did he help fund it?
Wait. Okay,
Let me finish this last part. Let me finish this last part.
About how people were uninformed and made yourself look very uninformed.
Let me finish this last part.
Who was
There's
taken off of Twitter?
Let me finish this
around
last part.
January 7th?
Let me finish this last part. There's two groups that really helped him buy this. Russian oligarchs helped him buy it, and the Saudis. And the Saudis wanted it because of a guy named Khashoggi, the guy that got cut apart. That guy was posting a lot of stuff on Twitter that was really looking bad for the Saudi government. That's why Elon went to Sacramento and he pulled the plug on all the databases so all that past information would disappear. Now go ahead. What were we going to ask?
Let's all use allegedly.
No, there's that allegedly, and definitely say allegedly.
None of it's no.
Because there are two different spectrums. I'm pretty sure Mr. Paramedic will fill in on the other spectrum. I don't even got to argue with it. I wouldn't even argue with it. I think both of those spectrums are correct.
Allegedly.
Both sides of this Twitter idea is correct.
We say allegedly. I mean, first off, everything I say can be looked up. I don't have any fresh information. It's all looked up. And number two, we always say allegedly.
What Paramedic is about to say is true as well, though. Let's let Paramedic speak.
I'll answer his question. He asked me a question. Go ahead.
Who's going ahead?
Someone was asking me a question about
Paramedic. I know you got the answer of the other side of that argument.
All this stuff.
Twitter was bought so that we can delete the left. Go.
Yes.
Twitter was bought so we can delete the left. Then why is the left still on Twitter?
Not like you think. A lot have been.
No, Twitter files, guys.
I'm answering your question. I'm answering your question.
Bro, when I get on Twitter, it's
a rhetorical question. I wasn't finished.
Okay.
You guys are very quick to interrupt each other.
Sorry, I'm in a joking mood right now.
Go. What's your question?
Why if Twitter was bought to silence the left, then why is the left still on Twitter? If anybody was being silenced, it was literally the same people that had to admit and pay out massive lawsuits for silencing people. It would be the left-leaning government that there's.
But he's come out and said as.
What's your question? What's your question?
My first question is, again, if Twitter was bought to silence the left so that Elon Musk can control it, this fucking fantasy that you have, why is it that the only people, God damn, you get really guys, really, why is it that the only people that were taken off of Twitter were people on the right, and those people were the ones that were put back on Twitter? And
I'd like to answer that.
Those are two different.
No one from the left has been taken off of Twitter.
Let me answer that. Okay, first off, yes, they have. My account was banned. A lot of accounts. If you speak out against three things these days, you get kicked out. If you speak out against CK, him, if you speak out against JE, the files, if you speak out against the Trump administration, or if you speak out against Israel, you will be banned. You will lose your account on Twitter right now.
I've done all of those things, and I still have an account.
Probably because you lean right. Now you can lean right and do it.
Because I lean right. Gotcha.
Let me finish.
They do have AI.
Kanye West got his account back. Donald Trump got his account back. All of these and a bunch of different far right, especially a lot of neo-Nazis, got their accounts back thanks to Elon Musk.
Though, Steve.
All right.
That's another opinion.
You might be on the
I
far
think
left
giving them.
if you think that Donald Trump and Elon Musk are far right. You might be on the far left.
Yeah. So did Elon Musk not go out to the far right group in Germany and give them a bunch of praise at the same time at Donald Trump's inauguration? Did he not throw the "Sieg Heil Hitler"? That was to those guys. He's very much from the far right.
Elon Musk also did the electric car thing.
Did Kamala Harris do a Sieg Heil too? Did Hakeem Jeffries do a Sieg Heil? Did Hillary Clinton do a Sieg Heil? Because I have pictures of them all.
Lady Bow's like, what the fuck are y'all talking about right now?
Of course you did, because that's what Elon Musk put out on Twitter for our next few guys, and they're not true. It's in motion. Her hand goes up. Elon did it full on, and it's in video. It's not just a still image of him. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Hold on.
Calm down with the Trump derangement syndrome for 2 seconds and take your head out of your ass, and maybe
Decorum.
Trump derangement syndrome are those who think Donald Trump can do no wrong. That's literally, he said I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and not lose a single vote. That's derangement syndrome.
If you can call all
That's
those guys
derangement.
neo-Nazis, then I can call the left neo-Nazis too.
You can do whatever you want to. It doesn't make it accurate.
You're throwing ad hominems and you're making
moderate.
yourself sound
I
very
think
unintelligent.
AOC is a neo-Nazi, and then Kamala Harris is a neo-Nazi. I'm just using your logic.
Only one of them actually tried to get with the far right neo-Nazi group in Germany, and that wasn't Kamala Harris, and that sure wasn't AOC.
Exactly.
It was Elon Musk. All right.
Gotcha.
Again, guys, we're Americans.
You guys are saying that.
Do you have any proof of that? No,
yeah, it's all over the place. It's all over the place. There's tons of proof about it.
Post the link.
I will.
When you're saying that Kamala
in the
and
community
Hillary,
notes, I'll post it. Go ahead.
when you're saying Kamala and Hillary did it to? Do you mean like you actually
Yeah,
think
because
that was?
look
I-
at Facebook. Remember when Mark Zuckerberg got in trouble for silencing everybody that had conservative opinions?
That was a good lawsuit. I think
who-
we need to do more of that.
Who
I was
won the
talking
lawsuit? Who won the lawsuit?
about the
Who won the
Sig Hill.
lawsuit?
The
Who won the
U.S.
lawsuit?
apparently,
No,
Biden.
the
Because you
point
guys
Or
are
not
is,
mixing it
Biden,
up.
but you know.
you guys are silencing and doing all the shit that you're saying the right's doing. So it's just the
Who's you
They're
guys?
that's
I'm
just
not talking about
projecting.
silence.
They're projecting.
Only one person
I
owns
genuinely had a
Twitter.
question.
What's your question?
I just want to know if they actually are saying that Hillary and Kamala also did the Sig Hill, like.
No,
and
no one did a Sig Hail. That was the point that I was making. I was being.
but he
rhetorical.
did.
He
No,
did it.
Bro,
He did.
Nah, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Of course
He
he
said,
didn't.
"What's up, y'all?"
Yeah,
And then
that's
if you catch it
my
at that
heart.
angle, that's
my
what
heart
it
goes
looked
out to you.
like. The problem is,
It's
here's the
video.
problem. Here's
It's
the
video,
problem.
bro.
No.
It's video.
Here's not
Here's the
in
problem with
They
your situation.
ran on it.
essay.
Why
They
is he
said,
doing
"Yeah,
it at a
let's
45
do it."
degree angle away from his body? Why is it
Okay,
all
okay. But he never denied it.
That's the
Well, he
crowd.
did. But Fox News was like, "Fuck yeah." You understand? That was the problem. The problem. Culture. I'm a fan of Elon Musk, but the problem's with the culture, and the culture cultivated that and turned it into something else. The left turned it into one thing, and then the right said, "Fuck it, I'll own it." That's the problem.
Anyway, we're not going to argue whether or not he threw out the sign or not. And then afterwards, the crazy part is he went and
You
did
don't
a
get to
press
dictate
conference.
fact. No. You don't get to dictate
The
fact. First
this
of
is
all,
the fact.
What he
Here's
did
the-
was not a Sig Hail. What he did was not a Sig Hail. You do that. 90
I don't think
degrees
anyone thinks so. Let's take a poll. Do you think that he was actually hailing Hitler?
He just
Here's-
said that. He
Here's
just
the
said
fact.
it's a fact.
Here's the
Steve,
fact.
do you think that he was doing that?
Let me ask you. Here's the fact. Afterwards, he met with the far right group
For the
in
sake of
Germany
argument,
who are
yes or no?
Nazis.
The far-right
I'm
group.
answering your question.
Understood the
I'm answering your
context.
question. I'm answering your question. So
No,
he was
yes or no?
signaling to them.
It's a
He was
yes or
signaling
no
to
answer.
them. It's a Heil Hitler,
So he
whether you
was
like it or
signaling.
not, bro.
He was
Yeah,
100%
just like
signaling.
my heart goes out to you. It's signaling to those guys that I wink, wink. I'm with you. That's what he was signaling
Yeah.
to.
They're in the
And you can
crowd.
no,
Are you serious?
guys.
The
There's
far-right
another.
extremists from Germany are in the
There
crowd
is-
in the inauguration.
He
What?
went there. He
That's
met with
not
them
what
the
he's
next day
saying.
online, and you guys can spin it any way you want to. But the bottom line is that Canada knows he did it. Europe knows
Yeah.
he did it. Germany knows he did it. Only people that question it is MAGA because they have a derangement that cannot be understood, except by maybe somebody in the future will look back and go, "Yeah, this was a time
Nah, but
that people
Bannon did it
bought into
though.
a cult
Bannon did it.
society."
And that's
I think
the problem.
they're
That's the problem I
editing
have.
the
Bannon did it.
Bro, you've been in the
Bro,
echo
record.
chamber way too
The
long.
only people that have tried to impede on my life are the left. So the left's the Nazis to me. I mean,
Is
that's
that-
just my experience.
Solo, is that you, Solo? Is that Solo?
Like they try to impede on my speech, on what I can drive, a lot of shit. What I can post. It's all been the left. So if you're gonna call us Nazis, then we can call you Nazis too.
I didn't call you Nazis. I'm talking
but
about.
words have
I'm talking
meaning.
about one person. Go ahead.
Yeah, words have meaning, but you calling Elon a Nazi when
No one's
I did-
calling. No one.
it's the left that's
th-
trying
this
to
is-
take away the guns. They're trying to.
This who's trying to take away guns? Who wants to?
Who's
Who
trying
wants
to take
to?
away guns? I'm
I have a question
Canadian.
for you.
Kamala,
Who was
Gavin
trying?
wants a nationwide assault weapon ban.
No,
Mark
no,
they want
no,
Hey, let's
no.
revert right back to guns. Donald Trump
Oh.
said that we cannot use guns in protests or have guns.
Exactly.
We cannot have
Thank
guns in
you.
protests.
Thank you.
Every
Thank
social
you.
media, every social media company, including Google, are all controlled by left.
No, they're not. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Ellison,
they
Larry
are.
Ellison, Larry Ellison controls.
Google's the left.
Larry-
Facebook's
What
left.
No,
You
That
know
is
what?
a lie, man.
Larry
They are
Ellison-
whatever they
No.
are. Remember,
Yeah, it is.
George
Guys.
Bush
Tim
and
Apple,
Bill
as
Clinton
Trump calls him.
hates you. Let's all
Guys.
remember that. Let's all
Who
remember
owns-
that.
Who owns TikTok
George
right now?
Bush did Patriot Act.
Exactly.
Bill Clinton
owns-
militarized the police.
Who owns TikTok?
Oh no, I don't
Exactly.
use TikTok.
Then
What do
why?
you mean? It's
why did
huge.
China?
This
Hey,
just
you guys,
happened.
can I say one thing? Can I
Yes.
can I say
It's
one
like the
thing?
news doesn't even happen.
I've been a little quiet for a minute because I just was trying to I was
Lay
just
low.
thinking on something. So, you know, for those who in the Plug family, I've I advocated for Donald Trump before the election, but since then I've really done a lot of research on, on things, and I've seen what he's done, and I haven't agreed with I don't want to say a lot, but I'd say a good portion of some of the things that he's done. And you have to have some self-reflection sometimes. Sometimes you have to take a look in, and you have to take some self-reflection. It caused me to really do some research on some things, and the conclusion that I've come to is that, the whole left and right thing, we're pawns in a game to people that go far beyond, and it doesn't matter what country. It could be Canada, UK. I mean, look at the state of the UK. It doesn't matter what country. We're pawns in a game to these oligarchs that are above our presidents and above our leaders. Okay. And if we keep fighting amongst each other about all of the things, I mean, great debating what's good and for our certain things, sure, but when we start, like, when lives start getting lost, and we are bees in the hive, and we are killing each other off and fighting each other, then we are doing exactly what they want. We're doing exactly what they want so that they can go and play the game of Risk. I don't know, that might age me a bit, but they can go and just move these pieces on this board with all of their money and all of their evil whatever, and then we are the ones that die, and we're the ones that pay more, and we're the ones that are fighting about whatever race and whatever division that they want to use, when it really doesn't come down to any of that shit. It's not any of it. It's not any of it, because we are the people. We are the people.
I agree with you.
If I can add to that, on the I'm just going to take Twitter for an example. One guy says that Twitter is for so we could shut up the left. The other guy says Twitter is for so we can shut up the right. Actually, Twitter is for so Grok can learn human interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ain't even fucking thinking about it.
Oh, yes, we are. That
Grok is sitting there just consuming all this information in the background of everything.
So what Elon Musk did was, you're right, he was consuming all this information, and Elon changed his algorithm because Grok started to become woke, and he changed it to make it a certain way to follow him. So I understand everything you're saying is true.
Biden won that last election, Grok would be left. If Trump won that last election, Grok would be right.
So
that man has been playing both sides the whole damn time, because back in 2022, listen to me real quick. Back in 2022, listen to me real quick. Back in 2022, Build Back Better. Hey, let's tax the rich. Let's have 4% of our GDP get put into research and development. And you know who tried to sign on that? It was Elon Musk. Elon Musk said, yeah, for sure. You know what? As a matter of fact, instead of me taking a loan out of these options, I'm actually going to sell them. And then he became the biggest tax provider or biggest taxpayer in American history at that point, right before Mark Zuckerberg followed suit. So he was actually trying to prop up the Build Back Better position. And then Mr. motherfucking Biden had to go to fucking GM and do his little fuck shit talking about EVs. And then Trump started to gain the lead. That's what I saw. That's what really did happen. He's both sides. He just wants to be on the winning team.
That's not true. First off, let's be crystal clear. I'm against Elon Musk. I'm against Larry Ellison. I'm against the oligarch, guys. These are the oligarch. What she's talking about, what she's talking about is what you're not listening to. This is about the oligarchy, okay? The oligarchy are leading us a certain way to divide the country, okay? And they're siding with certain groups to divide the country, and they're siding with the far right to go against the left, okay? And when the far right is completely in control, they're gonna try to go the other way.
And the far left to go to the far right is all that I'm saying.
But for right now, there's only one direction that it's actually going, and that's because there's one person owns the Senate, one person owns the House, one person owns.
I love how when the right's in control, it's about the oligarchy. But you're talking about how it's left and right. I don't ever hear any of this sentiment when the left's in control. I don't hear people throwing fits.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
That's not.
No, I'm a Bernie guy. I'm a Bernie guy. That's not true.
Can I have the floor for one more second? I'm saying this as someone who feels like she helped cause it. So you cannot throw that in my face. I have had a lot of self-reflection on this, okay? So, all right. So let me understand. I never had a good feeling about Elon. I expressed that right out the bat. I never thought he should have had any influence whatsoever in our administration. I didn't agree with that choice whatsoever. This is one of the reasons I had a spiritual discernment that didn't feel right. And ultimately, if you think about it, if it all goes wrong, he has his finger in way too many pots. Okay. He controls robotics. He's got cars. He's got now Grok, which is an AI.
He owns
has
the satellites.
sky. He's got the sky. And Steve, is
Neuralink.
Steve still here? Okay, Steve, I'm also a vet. So think of basic military strategy here. Basic. He's got everything covered. And he's been in our government and had influence within our administration. He has got it all around. I never had a good feeling about it. Okay. What I'm trying to explain to you, and he's got money, and he is part, like, not of one of the influential families that I'm talking about. Now, the oligarchy that I'm talking about, like, Elon will be used by them, but he's not one of them. I believe that he is something different. I know that the families that I'm talking about,
You're talking aristocracy versus oligarchy.
Yeah,
right?
so let me say one thing about about that. Let me say one thing about that real quick. So there's this new oligarchy that Trump is trying to bring in, and if Elon is part of it, and it's this they call them the PayPal mafia.
Yes,
so look that up.
Exactly.
And that's to do with
PayPal
Peter.
Mafia is way older than Trump, or not
Okay,
way older than Trump's reign.
Just hear me out. This is what Peter Thiel, part of the PayPal mafia. Peter Thiel is the one who funded JD Vance. JD Vance wasn't even consideration. He funded him to run for the Senate. He ran for the Senate and Senate 2 years. Now he's the vice president. Then he's going to be the president. Who does he owe all of it to? Peter Thiel. Bam, right there. So this is what's going on. And the thing that no one was talking about, if you look at JE with the list, all the guys are connected on that list. They're all connected. That's what Donald Trump was saying to Marjorie Taylor Greene. You can't expose that list. It'll expose all of these guys that I'm making money off of. So
I can understand what you're talking about within this, and does make sense, and it's not good, but you have to think higher and bigger and older. I'm going back hundreds of years.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, I'm going back to what
Rothschilds.
actually
let's go back to the Anunnaki, bro.
Yeah,
okay.
The Rothschilds.
Going back to Enoch.
When I'm initially thinking about, because I'm not going back that far, but I mean, I could, but let's keep it kind of simple. I'm going back to if we just go back into if we just slip back into the 40s, when our country really began to destabilize, even just back into how we became so unhealthy, how we started dying so fast, all of the knowledge that didn't get passed down from our forefathers and everything.
Started dying. Our age expectancy's gone up, so you can't say we.
Yeah, in the 1940s,
and then it went back down again.
Okay, listen to me. I'm talking about how all of the knowledge on how to live off of the land, how to grow off of the land, everything that we could grow as far as medicine never got passed down, because in the 40s we had the Rothschilds and we had the families. Okay,
the Rockefellers.
Hold on, no.
That created.
You want to make this big conspiracy? What also happened in the 1940s?
No, you don't get into
Industrial Revolution.
No.
No,
Industrial Revolution did not happen in the 40s.
This is history. Okay, I'm telling you what happened in the 40s. In the 40s, the Rockefellers created the first medical hospital, okay? At the same time that they created the financial system that we have in our country. All happened in the late 40s. Okay, this is simple history.
No,
okay?
That's the federal bank, but they were in gold.
No. St. Joseph Medical Center, the first.
Guys, just let her finish. One at a time. One at a time, please, guys. One at a time.
She's just saying wrong.
I don't understand why I can't finish. I've been quiet. I don't understand why I can't. This is simple history of our country.
But that's not
because
right.
the history was wrong. But I will shut up right now too.
Let her finish. Let her finish, and then let her finish, and then you guys can rebuttal.
Society was started also in the 40s by none other than the Rockefellers. This all started in the 40s.
Are you? Tell us when you're done.
Okay.
'Cause then I want him to
Okay, I'll
rebuttal.
let you
Then I
know.
can.
All right, I was just wondering. Okay, so when that started, then we moved on. NASA was created in the 50s. Okay, all of this, the further we get away from that, the knowledge doesn't get passed down from our forefathers. Then the insurance industry was also created at that time. So they went into the medical system and went away from the natural thing. We stopped detoxing from heavy metals and parasites. Then our medical system said there's no need to do that. We began to get sicker and relying on none other than the pharmaceutical industry, which was created, it started more in like the 50s, and then it moved on from that and it developed. You want to guess whose families were involved in that?
So everything you have, are you done?
Sure. Go ahead and tell
Literally
me how I'm wrong, but
everything.
not wrong.
You're absolutely wrong. So the first medical hospital was founded in 1751.
No.
You talked. It's my turn now. The first hospital was founded in 1751. The hospital just across the street from me was founded in the 1800s.
Was it holistic or was
Stop.
it modern?
No, it was the Catholic hospital, and it was modern. So stop it. Stop. Am I going to rebuttal, or are you just going to shoot me down?
Go ahead. Yeah,
guys, one at a time, please. We're almost there.
Okay.
Go ahead, bro.
The pharmaceutical industry. What year was Bayer founded? What year was Pfizer founded? What year were all of these places founded? So everything you're saying that's based off of the 1940s and how we have this giant generational loss of information. Guess what else happened in the 1940s? A whole world war where millions of our men went and died.
Right.
So maybe just maybe you can stop with the conspiracy and actually think for a second what's happening simultaneously while all your claims of vagueness are out there. The first medical hospital was not founded in the 40s.
Okay, I got the rebuttal.
Before you go, can I say something? Okay, go ahead. I'll let you go first.
Okay, no, so I'm talking about the family that came in and changed all of the stuff that you're talking about. Because if you look at all of the doctors in the late 1800s, their journals, everything that they had, if you research those, all of the treatment protocols that they had were holistic.
Really?
Okay,
Yeah,
real quick. Can I say
look
something?
at them and read them. They had holistic. They had more holistic things. They like I said, they did the parasite cleanses. They could go out. They could grow something, come in, and they could help treat that. Now, of course, they would have certain pain relieving. They would have certain things like that. Of course, they had that in the battlefield.
Let me ask.
Okay, hey, real quick. Let me say something real quick. So I wanted to suspend disbelief for a second. We'll say that all of that is in the realm of being true. All right. Fast forward. Hey, I know. I got that. I understand. Fast forward to George Bush Sr., who said openly on the stage, "We're going to try to introduce the new world order." Okay, and so that is the industrial age. We're in a different age right now. We're in the age of information. So all of that in the past really doesn't matter anymore because there's a new oligarchy that's forming, and that's what we're dealing with right now. Russia has their own oligarchy that Trump is trying to work with. There's this new American oligarchy that's working with. So whether those hospital is true or not, that's not really who's running the show right now. Do you know do you know how much George Soros is worth? George Soros is worth $7 billion. All right. Compare that. He has less money than all the 13 billionaires that sat behind Donald Trump. $7 billion is nothing.
You have to think bigger.
$7 billion in liquid assets is a little bit different than $400 billion in potential assets.
Look at Peter Thiel.
Learn a little bit of economics before
look at Larry Ellis. Look at Larry Ellison that owns Oracle. Okay. Look at Bill Singer. Okay. All these guys are way richer.
Larry Ellison with the economic.
They're way richer than Soros, and they're the new order that's coming on. Trump just gave Venezuela to Bill Singer. Okay, that's the billionaire. Trump just gave TikTok, one of the biggest platforms, to Larry Ellison. And who's the guy? Merkel that owns Fox News.
They don't even care about the dollar amount at that point. It's not even that. They got
Oracle.
Oracle. Do you know what Oracle is? Oracle is the highway that gives birth to TikTok, that gives birth to Facebook.
Exactly. Like, that's what's really going on.
It doesn't even matter. The TikTok part don't even matter. That's downstream.
Yeah.
That's just the billboard. That is not the lights.
But in America, they're controlling TikTok because TikTok was the big problem for Israel. All right. So we're being controlled right now at a different level. And I mean, what you guys are saying to me is interesting, is fascinating, and I agree with both you guys. I mean, I think that you're right, man. You know the medical field, but I think we're at a different level right now. I think we're at the age of information. That's my point, and that deals with Elon Musk. It deals with Peter Thiel.
Yes. So you're right. So I mean, ignore everything that she just said about
Don't
how
ignore
everything.
Just continue. Let him talk. Let him talk.
Correct.
Let him talk. Let him talk. Let him talk, please.
You
Because
cannot.
our food is poisoned.
You cannot have an opinion if you're not willing to defend it.
Our
And if-
food is poison.
Let him talk.
Defend it.
No,
Our
let him
food is
talk.
poison.
You
Please.
talked. You said
Please let him
everything
talk.
you had to say. It's my
You
Go.
told
turn.
me to
It's his
let
turn.
You didn't.
Just go.
You did not.
Just let
you
him- let
said
him finish.
everything you
I ain't
wanted
been
to
able
say.
to talk.
It is my
You can
turn.
go next. Let him
Okay?
finish, and then you go
So
next. Go.
you made
Go, bro.
claims that there
What?
was none
What?
of this. It was all oh my God.
What?
Everything was
What? That they
holistic and
did
every
what? That they did. That
Bro.
they did this and
Bro.
I like to mute my microphone when I am committed to being quiet.
all I am saying.
You
is
have
that-
said what you want to say. It is
No,
my
I did not.
turn.
Am I not saying right now that I did not? That I let you speak, and now you
No,
don't
you
want me to
didn't. You
speak?
you
No,
have
we
not
haven't-
No, did I
for more
not
than
just say
5
I want
seconds
to
without
speak,
interrupting.
and you will not let me speak?
Because I let you speak and you did not do the same courtesy to me, so I'm not going to let you speak.
Are you a
What?
child?
No, we're not doing that. Hey, Shell, can you get like 30 seconds and then, but just like keep it quick. Don't give us a history lesson about Anunnaki. But yeah. I agree with your sentiment though.
What I'm trying to say is up until that point in the 40s, when they made those massive transitions, granted, I understand what happened in the 40s, but I also understand that at the very same time, they took advantage of that. After that, the populace became sicker, and then they created the food pyramid. As soon as they created the food pyramid and people started eating tons more grain, tons more wheat, all of that made them more sick because their systems were not prepared for that. They didn't used to eat like that. All of the information that they were introduced to by the medical systems that they created were backwards for them. And then we became more sick, which made us more reliant on the information that they put out. Which was different than the schools that you were talking about. So that is what I'm trying to understand. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand is that is why, yes, our life expectancy might have gone up, but we are completely reliant on it. We are reliant on their insurance companies, on their medication, on all of that. And just now we are finding out.
So you literally just took the same time to say what you just said. Again, I let you talk. Are you going to let me talk now?
I did it. I just explained how we became more sick as soon as
You're trying to give us a
information came
history
out.
lesson though. Yeah, we understand.
wanna hear a
But you
history
have to
lesson.
put the thesis in a paragraph. You have to put the thesis in a paragraph because we are debating.
Because
Let
it's
him
4
go.
a.m.
I want to hear him.
battling the flu.
I want to
You're
hear him
telling me
talk.
I have to put it in a thesis. I have the flu and it's 4 a.m.
Well, then let him talk. I want to hear what he's got to say now because now he's got me really curious. All right, go, bro. Let me hear it.
Every single piece of information that she has just thrown out there, she has equivocated to happening in the 1940s. Cell theory, which is not holistic medicine, was invented in the 1800s. The first microscope and moving away from homeopathic medicine happened in the 1800s. Okay, so now we move a little bit closer because I understand what she's trying to get at, but she's completely misrepresenting everything and getting everything wrong. So the 1940s was not this we're just going to flip the world. There was this thing that called the New Deal that happened before that. There was
World War I, Spanish flu, Civil War.
Yes.
Let him
There was
finish.
a
Let him
lot of
finish.
things. There was a lot of restructuring events that have happened. It was not just all of a sudden the Rothschilds that have had their hand in everything. Yes, they've had their hand in a lot of things. They were an oligarchy, but they are not what you're describing. You have every single timeline completely ass backwards, and you're telling me that I don't know history. A simple Google search refutes everything you're saying. You talked about the food pyramid coming up in the 1940s. The food pyramid was created in the 90s. In the 90s. In the 90s.
I
90s.
said that they
by
were
the
responsible.
CIA.
They were
No.
responsible for creating it, not in the 40s. I never said
All right.
the 40s.
Let's just finish up. Keep going, Drew.
Anyway, all of these things are evolutionary things that have happened in our country. It is not attributed to any one group, any one center of power. That is public sentiment. There have been campaigns, absolutely, that were funded by many different people. But this whole idea that, oh, medicine's just trying to make everybody sick so we can make money off of it. It's not that.
Oh, are you sure?
Are you?
Nah, I gotta disagree with you right there now, because they got shit
I worked
fucked
in the
up.
medical field. I worked in the medical field, so I will tell you right now that I had a huge humbling when I realized.
But the progress of science does exist. The progress of science does exist.
Guys, real quick, we are going down a rabbit hole. Hang on, we're going down a rabbit hole.
Yeah,
that has
we're
nothing
not
to do
arguing
with what
about
we're talking
anything.
about. No, you're not. This is
What
what
is
we're
the
talking
thesis
about.
of this argument?
The thesis is that this
that she's wrong. That's your thesis, that she's wrong.
No,
and her thesis is
bro,
history.
don't summarize my thesis. Ask a question and then don't answer it. Let somebody answer the question you're asking. Don't ask 500 questions just to hear yourself talk. Okay.
Whoa,
The question,
unnecessary.
It is unnecessary
No,
to interrupt
it's-
people when they're talking.
I was getting
Absolutely.
confused because I don't know where I was supposed to go. I had like 3 different things and I don't know where I'm supposed to go. All I'm trying to say is that they developed a system.
Who is they?
I already
The shadowy
explained it to
figure
you.
that you can't
The
define.
Anunnaki.
Okay, no, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, all of these, and then there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other families, and then there's 2 other things. I don't think that Plug would want me to mention them because I don't want his video flagged, but there is a huge group of people and they were being used and they could not have the populace grow as it was growing, and it didn't. And
So if
while
you-
our life expectancy might have gone up, we weren't the same people.
that's literally contradictory to what you said earlier.
is it?
So,
Okay,
so,
how
so,
healthy are we
hang on.
today?
Hey,
No,
wait. Before we
How
get into the
healthy are
healthy
we
thing,
today? How healthy
I
are
don't.
we today? How healthy are we today as a people?
What is
Mentally, physically,
What
emotionally.
is
You
this?
are a paramedic. How healthy are we today as a people?
we're garbage. But
Okay.
that's nothing to do with
Nope.
the Rockefellers.
No. Mm.
Yeah. You're making generalizations about things you don't even know what timeline you're in.
Trust me.
Before the Rockefellers, before the Rockefellers, there was the slave trade that also traded sugar. And that's when sugar got popping. You understand? Sugar is what makes us fat. Sugar is fucking bad. We should delete sugar out of all of our diets and just fucking stop it.
We were
That
more,
was before Rockefellers.
right.
All right, so
The
we've
sugar
gone
isn't
down
the
a horrible
cause of
rabbit
this,
hole.
okay? The thing is that we were
I know,
growing
but
our own things,
fucking,
we were running
I'm 10
around,
toes
we were
right
doing-
now.
No, we were doing what we needed to do. The thing is once you start poisoning a populace, then they become reliant on a system. If you create the system, you can control the populace.
I don't think it was poison as much as it was just economics of calories versus people's laziness. And also, why do people get alcohol? Why are people alcoholics? Is it because of the Rothschilds, or is it because alcohol is a hell of a drug?
Just go down the rabbit hole. You'll see.
People are alcoholics.
No,
Satan
don't go down the
here.
rabbit hole. Don't go down the
Satan
rabbit
has
hole.
been here. No, let's go all the way down. Let's go down to Anunnaki. Let's go down to Satan. You know what I mean? Yeah. When will this stop?
And we came right back full
Can I
circle.
give my real actual thought?
For someone, I'd like to say something now, because for someone that really believes the claim in God, you really don't believe in free will too much, do you?
Oh no, we have free will, but I don't think free will. You here's the thing: when you throw out free will, okay, when you're like, oh, you have free will, you have to make choices. That's absolutely true. But what does it say in the Word of God about free will?
What does it say?
Okay, you have free will to choose, right? But
What
if
does it
you
say?
choose wrong,
Exactly.
if you choose, well, I mean, it's
That's
all
not what
over
it
the
says.
word.
No, no,
It's
no. Name
no,
name
it's not.
something
You
that it
make it
says
sound like it's just
in the
one
Bible about
place.
free will. That's
You
what
know,
you did. That's
okay,
what you
Steve,
said. So
Steve,
give
you
me
gotta
some
shut up and let me
examples.
answer the question.
Give me an
You
example.
make it sound like there's like one place in the entire Word of God where it says one little spot about.
Just
No, it's all
name
over.
anything. No,
Okay,
no, it's not all over. That's
Jesus,
not that's your interpretation.
Jesus came because free will destroyed man.
Where
He had to
is that
die for
where
our
is that in
sin.
the Bible? Where is that in the Bible?
Where Jesus came? Hang on, I got my
No,
word
that
right here.
because of free will. Because of free will. You can't just be making these things
You
up.
can
Like
choose. I'm not. Okay, you have the free
Nah,
will
the
to
Bible
choose
does talk
Christ
about
or
free
not
will.
choose
She's
Christ.
technically right.
But
I don't
Jesus
know
didn't
where it is
write
in
the
the Bible.
Bible.
Neither do you.
Oh, yeah.
Then it doesn't exist. If you can't
Yes.
find it, it doesn't exist. Then
Yes,
show
it
me.
does. You
Show
have
me.
the free will to choose or the free will not to choose.
Show me where it says the term free will in the Bible.
Okay.
Those are
Oh,
very
it says where
distinct
you want
words.
everything translated exactly to your liking from Greek or Hebrew, right? You're
Uh,
one of those. Like it has
no,
to be
I'm a person.
translated. It's
What's
like people that
facts?
say, "Oh, abortion
Off the
isn't
top of
the
my
word
head, eat the
abortion isn't in the
bread
Bible.
and drink
Therefore,
the
if it's
blood
not in the
of my
Bible,
dick,
then
and you will live
it's dead."
forever if you so choose. If not, burn
Right.
in hell.
That's not in
Right.
the Bible,
Bible
bro.
That's
was
the
written
whole
by
If it
men,
thesis
though.
doesn't
of
translate to
the
English,
Trinity.
then it's not in. So here, I'll get my word of God and I will find a scripture for
But
you that talks
Yeah.
about free
Exodus
will.
35:29.
What does it say?
But wasn't the Bible written by men?
Okay.
All of the Israelites, men and women who were willing, brought to the Lord free will offerings for the work of the Lord.
That's a free will offering. That's a different. That's an offering. It's a free will offering. It's not
You
free
are
will.
the offering.
No, it's called. That's a term. That's the
Hello,
term.
Dad.
Okay.
Do you know what?
When
Do you know what free
Which
will
Bible
offerings
are you
consist of?
using?
Lord freely.
Okay, that consists of certain things. It could be from grain to a calf. Okay, that's the offering that they're talking about of their own
Yeah.
that they're bringing. It's a free will offering.
Man, let me find out. This guy's a Leviticus kind of guy.
Guys, this is just common sense. I know about the Bible and about
There's
the
a ton
concepts
of
of free will,
thing of-
and again, this is you guys wandered down these rabbit holes.
But yeah, let's bring it back to like the modern day conversation we were just having.
We were talking about the
In the
fact that
1940s.
no, there's a new oligarchy. Okay,
No,
there's a new
the
oligarchy.
new oligarchy. Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. And my point was this, that there's she's talking about families, like the 5 families. And was that Mr. Medic that was saying, yeah, that was way back then, but it was a different time now. And my thing is there's actual names on these guys. There's Peter Thiel, there's Bill Singer, there is
Put a face
Ronald
on that
Lauder.
shit.
Ronald Lauder is the guy that wants Greenland. Okay, you can put a face and a name to what's going on right now, and that's what I'm saying. This is the new world order, and this is what Trump is trying to create. He wants his own. He wants to be with these new guys so they can make
Leonard
money.
Leo. There's like they're all nameable, and you can follow you can follow the money.
You can
right.
It might be caused from the things from the past. And I think Shell is just trying to
Yeah, so
you're
we're talking about the
isolating
same
that
thing, I think.
variable.
Yeah, I understand
and
what
that
she was
seems
saying.
to be the risk.
But it's
There has to be
but the things now is
preparation
important.
before you can do anything, and that's what I'm trying to explain is that they've been preparing for this for a long time.
No, we know that. We know that. We all know this.
Guys,
that things happen and then things cause things to happen, and now we're here. And we want to talk about now's issue. We don't want to talk about then's issue.
There's whole different teams right now, and the Chinese, for example, like the CCP, they have their own thing going. They're ahead of everybody. Like she was saying, I do agree. The CCP have facial recognition down, which was created out in Silicon Valley, and this is under the Obama administration, and nobody wanted to buy it. And so who bought it? The Chinese. And then who brought it back? President Pence or Vice President Pence brought it back. That's who brought it back. Pence brought it back, believe it or not. And this had to do with the uprising in Hong Kong. That's when he says, hey, we want this for ourselves back here. And now Palantir has it, and all these other companies have it, and they're using it against what they call these illegals. But the real deal is, we're next. Doesn't matter if you're left or right. We're
wait
next.
till we get to the homegrown.
Yeah, wait till we get to the homegrown next. Exactly.
Elon wants to build, like, he wanted X to be the everything app, the financial bridge for everything, just like they have in China. He wanted X to be that.
Yes, exactly. And he's working on government subsidies. I don't know if you follow Elon Musk.
Yeah,
he gets a lot of government contracts, a lot of government breaks, and he was kissing up to Obama administration. That's when he was leaning left, but he was always right. He was, if you study Elon, he's always been in the same place he was. He was raised under apartheid, and he completely supports white supremacy. And he's the one that got all of those.
So have you ever read a book? Like you're saying you're just
like, what does that even mean?
His name, and you don't even know their history.
I read Sun Tzu's Art of War. Have you read Sun Tzu's Art of War?
Have you read anything that talks directly about Elon Musk? Don't try to checkmate me.
Sorry, but what are you arguing?
You asked the question, I checkmated you.
What
is your argument exactly?
He grew up in apartheid. You ever heard of a gladiator camp?
I've heard of gladiator camps.
He grew up getting his ass beat every single day. So please tell me more about how
Again, like you're saying, Angel, right now we have the biggest problem is a bunch of guys here are defending the oligarchy. It's not left or right. It's defend the oligarchy or not.
I know.
Well, I mean, he also opened a portal in his bedroom.
So
when he was a kid.
He opened
Yo,
I love
all right.
I'm out.
That's what it is. I mean, all you have to do is look up the video of his nanny freaking out about that. Yeah.
He opened a portal in his bedroom.
I don't know anything about a portal, but I do know about
summoning the Anunnaki. I'm trying to fucking tell y'all.
It's right over his bed.
Oh boy.
She could see through it when she walked in the bedroom, and he was little. He was like,
okay, let's just leave that one there.
7 or 8. Yeah, I know. It's like I said, he's a unique one, that one. And
what?
Yeah. All you have to do is look it up.
Do you pray to Crystal?
Oh no, absolutely not. Here's the thing is that I don't need to do any of that to try to
find out
what's going on about people.
I mean, he
walked around with an upside
next.
Yeah. Trucks be flying by. My bad.
And he named his AI center. Sorry, I'm looking through the word. But he named it Grok. That's after a demon. So I mean, if you just really try to learn about some of the choices that he's made.
He opened a portal. What is a portal?
Yo, we gonna just leave that there. We gonna leave that
one, guys.
Oh.
Hey, I got 1-2 cents for the superstition types. All right, I got 1-2 cents for the superstition types. It's for the Bible peoples. It's Matthew 24:34, or Mark 13:30, or Luke 21:32. It says, "Truly I say to you, this generation will by no means pass away till all these things take place." And he was talking about the end of days.
Hey, can I ask you a
End of
question?
days have been the end of days for the last fucking 2,000 years. And before then, before Jesus, there was also the end of fucking days. And there's pyramids in Egypt, and there's pyramids in fucking Venezuela or wherever the fuck. The math will always be math. Someone would have discovered Pythagorean theorem, no matter what.
There's pyramids
here.
Exactly. No, that's not my point. My point is, we will all always, we are humans. We will all always, we have God within us. All of us. We all do. Even the Muslims, even the Buddhists, we will all come to a conclusion that is very similar. And we will all not like the same things. So when we see fucking, whether if it's Obama or if it's Donald Trump, we will always see the potential for the devil.
No more
We will
oligarchy.
always
That's all I'm
think
saying.
that today is the end times. We will always have that danger. And that's it. That's all I wanted to say.
Just like Iran.
Gather from Matthew
that God is in everyone, and that everyone will find their way to God.
No, that is my conclusion. That is my personal conclusion as a Christian, but not really a Christian. Not your Christian. I'm not the Trinity Christian. All right. I'm also a Muslim, but I'm not Muhammad's the best thing in the world Muslim.
Can I ask you a question real quick, bro? So who wrote the book of Matthew?
I have no fucking clue. Probably a guy named Matthew.
How do you hold on?
Okay, so you're quoting me something. Is it real then, or is it something that somebody made up?
It is a perspective of the time that still has relevance today. At the very least, at the very freaking least, at the very most.
How long was
that book has a little bit of juju in it, and we should all be careful.
When was it written?
Because maybe deities are real and spirits are real and ghosts are real. Maybe some of this shit is real, and we should all be very, very careful.
Or maybe it's all there's the Matrix.
Jal, when was it written?
It was actually written about 95 AD. 95 AD.
Well,
If you look at the
Nearly
original
100
ones,
years after
we keep
Jesus.
track of time based off of
here's
the
the
death
thing.
of
the original ones
Here's
are
the thing,
called
very, very
the
important.
autographs.
Here's something very super important. Matthew was next to Jesus for a massive portion of his life, including his death and resurrection. Like
You would never believe this, but let me
As
tell
far
you.
as we know, Matthew was a tax collector, and he left his business, gave everything away, and followed Christ.
Yes.
His book wasn't written until he didn't write the book. The book was written probably about 50 AD or that longer.
Hey, but time out, Steve. He's saying written, it could have been.
Text was lost. And so they
could have been an accumulation.
autographs. And
As
after
all the rest
that,
of them.
they rewrote them based off memory about 95 AD. So it's literally, the old thing where one guy wishes something, the other guy's here all the way around the circle. That's what the book of Matthew. That's what all the Gospels are. They're rewritten.
No,
yes, exactly. So just understand that.
Like
I think
here's the thing.
that's the fact.
Matthew, Mark, Luke. No, Matthew. Sorry, like
John was illiterate.
No, not all of them.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Peter was illiterate.
John was a disciple.
Luke,
he was
Luke
illiterate.
Never met Jesus.
Luke was a Gentile. He never met Jesus, and he wrote, and because Christ probably didn't speak Greek, he spoke Egyptian, most likely, and Hebrew.
Aramaic.
And Aramaic. He spoke Aramaic. Yes.
The Holy Spirit had fallen. So he, had fallen at that time. So Luke had the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is like a direct connection to God.
Yeah,
So
that's not factual, but that's a belief. That's a
when
belief.
people are like, a man
Not
just
facts.
wrote it. You gotta be really careful.
Men wrote it.
You have to acknowledge it was men. And it was translated. And
I can understand how you would.
Yeah, but this story of Jesus is older than the Jesus that we think of as Jesus. So the whole thing might be real. It might be based on things.
Here's the thing.
There might be, because look, man, I got Santeros in my family. That's the voodoo shits. You understand?
Okay.
And there's Olodumare, and Olodumare is the real God. And then there's Alewa, and Alewa is basically fucking Jesus. And you need to pray to Alewa to pray to God. And before you pray to any God, like the patron saints, you have to go through Jesus, which is Alewa. And that came from another religion that's older than freaking Christianity.
It all comes from a lot of it comes from the Egyptians, and a lot comes from the Sumerians.
It's preparing. Like they're talking about Jesus. The whole Old Testament.
That's what a lot of people like to say.
There's the 5 books of the Torah.
Where Jesus is there.
Can we get some more
chat, please? But
They're allegedly.
that's why you have to be careful when you just. It says.
I'm not an atheist. I think it's important for all of us to
If you deny me before the world, I will deny you before my Father.
Guys, we gotta fix the echo. Fix the echo.
It's next.
I
You
don't
need to
have
turn
an
your
echo.
volume down.
So that's what it says in the word. If you deny me before the world, I will deny you before my Father.
Okay. And
Jesus also said, may I read it to you again, speaking about the end of times. And this is my main point about everything. Jesus allegedly said about the end of times, truly I say to you, this generation will by no means pass away till all these things take place. So the end of time should have taken place before he died.
Yeah, exactly.
He was Jim Jones. Wake up.
The rest of it.
I can't. I just got that part because that's what I Googled for.
See, that's the thing.
No, I have read the rest of it. That's how I understand the context.
Okay.
He was talking about the end of times.
He's
He's
going
like,
off
the
his
end of
memory.
times is happening today. Everybody hurry up.
The end of times happened when the temple was destroyed. That was it. It was over. Okay, because Christ believed in the temple. Hello, is everybody still there?
Mhm.
Because Christ believed in the temple, and when the temple was lost, and also go look at Josephus. Josephus talks about him. Josephus talks about they call him Jesus, the one they call the Christ, and he talks about his brother John. But the first 5 books of the Bible: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Number, Deuteronomy. That's the Torah. But that's written by Moses, right? Well, how could Moses write his own death? So it's just a lot. I mean, bottom line is all these are written by men. They're written by men hundreds and thousands of years after the guys that we're talking about died. And so if we want to believe it, we have to believe it by faith. That's what you guys believe by faith, but it's not fact. Can we agree on that much at least?
Thank you.
You know that they found the Dead Sea Scrolls, though, right?
Yes, that doesn't prove
Yes.
much. That just talks about Anunnakis.
That's when they were first
the
written.
Dead Sea
The Dead Sea Scrolls
were
are when
found
they were
after
first
the
written.
flood.
No, that's not what the Dead Sea Scrolls are. The Dead Sea Scrolls.
The Dead Sea Scrolls is
not the
like
Dead Sea
Enoch
Scrolls.
and other things.
Okay, so the Dead Sea Scrolls were additional books, but also had additional knowledge about
If you believe that
Jesus.
the Bible as written is the Bible of God, that Bible that you read contradicts a lot of the Dead Sea Scrolls, and that is why even in the Bible they talk about the Book of Enoch, but the Catholics would not take the Book of Enoch and put it into the Bible because they said it wasn't the true word of God. So before you go there, you gotta go there.
They're apocrypha
It
writings.
used to be in the Bible. It used
Apocrypha
to be.
writings.
If
Well, there used
you
to be
look,
500
the
books.
Apocrypha used to be in the Holy Bible up until like the 1500s, 1600s, 1700s. The Apocrypha was written in the Holy Bible.
It's way back before that.
Think BC. Yeah, think
the
BC.
Council of
I'm talking
Nicaea.
about up until they like removed it, and of course, when around the same time that things that we were discussing earlier, things started getting
Like
removed,
1000 AD.
and the Bible was
It's
another
like
one that they played with.
It's 800 or 1000 AD. That's how far back it was, and that's when they consolidated it to 66 books.
The existence of
Except
Enoch
for
is
the
80 or BC,
Egyptian.
right?
I'm sorry, not the Egyptian. The Ethiopian Bible. That's 83 books.
Mm-hmm. And the Ethiopian Bible, what's interesting is that that's the area that, that's where Jesus was in that area. Jesus was in Egypt. Jesus, the Ethiopian Bible, there's a lot of information about that in that area. That's a very holy place.
So we're way off track, guys. You guys are
Let's
wandering
go
down a
back to
very dark
Horus,
road.
please.
Nah, we wasn't all track. I already told you this an hour ago. It's like, by the way that this is going, let's talk religion. I don't even like doing it.
On that note, guys, it was great talking to you. I'm going to bounce out. It was good talking to you. Is that solo? Corey, I think, did Corey leave? Mission Nice next. And
I gotta go too. I'm gonna go walk my dog.
Bye.
Yeah, shout out the plug. I'm going to bed too, bro.
Bye, guys. Nice to meet you guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Anyway, about that global warming.
Fake news.
What?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. All right, guys. Good night.